trying to tell.
I'm a mess. I need my child to come here to help me with something.
No, ma'am.
Help me!
Child labor on
God,
screen.
please.
Watch this chat while y'all get in here. A
Ooh,
glug,
Slay
glug, glug,
Celsi.
glug, glug, glug,
You're
glug,
looking
glug.
very Celsi today. Hey, look! I've been keeping up with my hair. It's
Have
significantly thinner,
to
but it's done.
and no one looking at it will be able to tell that. They'd be like, "Oh, it's thinner.
I
Mind your
wanted her to
business."
go get my book because I have decent amount of news, mostly some
Boy,
releases.
I have
Goodness.
news. Oh, I look great because I
You
changed.
do look great. And
I
whatever
know.
lipstick you're wearing, fabulous. Oh, I did my nails. Check it out.
Good for you. Ooh, ooh, my Harry Potter nails are coming from Glamnetic. I'm so excited. Ooh, I'm so excited. I got the giggles. I went, yeah, I got the
I'm
giggles.
a
I got the
mess,
giggles.
mess, mess,
I got
mess.
the
That song is in
giggles.
my head, and I'm gonna get copyrighted for it.
I
Oh
yeah,
my
I
god!
got the giggles. I got the giggles. You got the giggles?
Yeah, I have the giggle fits, and that song is in my head like really bad. It's all this
What?
fucking K-pop and shit.
Well, with all the stealing they do, are they really going to get you?
I don't know. Hey, ray of sunshine. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, maybe if I just put this down some, that'll make me feel better about everything.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, please excuse me. I have box wine today and I don't have a glass for it. So if anyone wants to just send me
Gross.
boxes of wine, I would appreciate it.
Who sends box of wine? I can't see the chat because I didn't pull up what to call yet.
Oh, Ray of Sunshine said
Oh,
hi.
well, what it do, Ray of
Okay,
Sunshine?
my child is ignoring me, y'all.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we know what that means. Retaliation.
Please come here when you're done. Hey, Spider. What's up, Spider?
Good haters. I can't see y'all right now. Why? By y'all, I mean the
Spider
chat.
said hey. Ray said hey.
I
You might
can
have to
see
do the news
you.
first because my book is over there and I'm waiting for Olivia.
Oh, me. I have to do the news first.
Yeah, you might be first on the
I
news.
got a ton
You
of
have a
news.
ton. You might have is just like
I
some copy stuff.
news.
Okay.
So feel free to chime in while I'm going through it. What is that? What
It's
is
supposed to
that?
be portable lactose free cream cheese. Hey, T Mal.
That sounds great, but at the
It
same
does, but it doesn't look appealing.
time, what's it made out of? If it's regular milk, I'm okay with that.
It's lactose free, but it's made out of cow's milk.
Nice.
Holy
Like
shit, this is
hey,
so
ultra.
good. I need something to spread it on. I'm not gonna waste it on just my mouth. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I need an adult.
oh wait. There's an aftertaste. Oh. All right, we're just gonna put that up. I tried something
Everything
new today.
is
Everyone should be proud of me.
it's my own take on everybody so creative. Everything's so ganky today. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, there's an aftertaste. I fucking hate it. Oh.
Oh, is it like vegan
No,
cheese?
it's cow. It just doesn't have lactose in it. But it's supposed
Then
to
it
be
should
like
have an
triple
aftertaste.
thick cream cheese spread, is what it said. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh, great. It's like a 6 pack for $1.50. Let's fucking try it.
yeah,
Regrets.
yeah.
It started off tasting really good, and then I still gotta get this aftertaste out
Yes.
of my mouth.
Is it somewhere where I can get it in the store? Because you know
Oh, it was
me
at
and
that bougie Moriano's by my house.
oh, I think
Oh, I needed to go
we got
away.
a Marinos. And that's not the same. Mm, crap. Twitch booted me out, so
Snowy Escape
I can't see
on
the
Sims
thing that way.
4. Ray of Sunshine asked, meant to ask, did you like the Snowy Escape on Sims 4? Did not get it.
I did not get that either. And I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna have to. I know what it did. I know what it did. I'm not gonna do this way. I'm not gonna. That means me porting the video over is gonna come later. I'm not gonna be able to render it tonight, but that's fine. All right, let's get into this news while Onyx is getting her life because
I
I
said I wasn't gonna pay anymore for no fucking Sims. I'm sorry, Ray of Sunshine. Now that
because
I've
they and speaking of that, Ray, they got like some new kits coming out, which they said they were done with.
God damn it.
And I'm gonna have to fight myself not to get these kits
Don't
because
do
they
it.
involve the kitchen.
I spent
And
$1,000 on The Sims in my whole entire life. I'm not paying for any
you
other
know, we were
fucking.
saying, did that person get their prize?
Well, no, because remember the stream kicked off while everyone was
That
guessing.
can't get their prize.
Oh my god.
What is happening with that?
Don't tell me anymore, Spider. I was going to look at the preview for Mortal Kombat. All I saw was our boy going Mortal Kombat, and I was like,
Let me, okay, go ahead, because y'all are extra hype. Let me get this news, because when I say I got a ton of news, I got
Okay,
a
get it. You
ton.
got it. Go for it.
Let me make sure this is this news, because when I say I got
Uh
a ton
oh.
of news.
Hey, it's us.
Hold on. Wait. All right, here we go, y'all. Now I can see y'all. All right, here we go. This is, as y'all can tell, we had some adulting to do last week, so we didn't get a chance to hop on. But so I got news from last week and this week. All right. Starting with the top and the most disappointing so far is last week on September the 9th, Faith Farm released to some mediocre fanfare.
Damn, Fae Farm.
And apparently people can't decipher whether or not, the influencers are just hyping and gassing it up because yay, or they're really telling the truth. Now, I ain't gonna lie, like Josh Gaming and it's one other guy
Love
that I like.
Josh Gaming. Is it Sharky?
No,
He's so
he's
cute too.
cocky. He's like long blonde hair. He has glasses.
Oh, I've seen him before. I don't care for him
Yeah,
too
I can't
much.
remember his name, but I watch him all the time. But they kind of kept it real. I saw this one chick who like was blowing smoke up Faith Farm's ass. Now I'm not gonna lie. Here's my issue with it, and the reason why it's a little bit of controversy going on right now, you guys. If y'all like cozy games, remember when I was telling y'all about when we talked about cozy games that was coming out,
Cozy
not the farming games and stuff.
games.
I said I was super
Cozy
excited about
games.
this. You could be a fairy and farm.
Let me be a
Well,
fairy.
here's the issue with this one. Apparently, two price tags came with this one. Now, the good people, if you have a Steam deck or you have a Steam account or a pretty decent PC, and we know we're not talking about me because y'all already know how I feel. We know that Onyx does. You could buy Faith Farm for $40. And no, it didn't include the DLCs because those aren't out yet. However, you got the $40 price tag. Now, in the beginning, the initial thing was that the Switch, if you had the Switch like me, you were going to be able to get this for two price tags. You can either pay $60, which will include the DLC that's going to come out later on, or you can get the $40 version and just get the DLC whenever. So I waited on pins and needles, got my happy little apple up on the 9th. I was excited and ready to do it. And I called Onyx and I told her I felt some kind of way about staring at essentially an indie game for full price, for the price of a AAA game. Now, here's my issue with that. A lot of people were screaming, well, they're not indie company, not indie company. Technically, yes, and technically, no. Regardless, other more popular titles like Story of Seasons, Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, they're not $60. And so a lot of the
Stardew Valley
Switch,
on out, just so y'all know, was $24.99.
great. And if you waited, you can actually catch that bitch for $14.99, like right now on Steam.
Yep.
Not saying a lot for Faith Farm, which a lot of people say it's a fun game, but they said the NPCs are kind of dead because they kind of deadpan. Whatever. I'm not gonna dwell too much on that. Y'all can talk about it in the chat, but that one's kind of burnt my ass. I'll circle back to that. Now,
Don't burn her ass.
here's some juicy news.
Give me the juice. Give me the juice.
Yeah, I gotta take yeah. All right.
Slay the Princess? What the fuck is Slay the Princess?
Who's Slay the Princess?
Spider.
Oh, that's a game.
She's sleeping?
I don't know it though. I mean, I haven't played it yet though. I mean, I don't know if it's out, Spider, so I'm sorry. But here's some juicy news, you guys. Here's some juicy news. Apparently, there is a leaker for Persona 6, and this leaker has been 100 for 100 every time they drop.
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
Oh, please, just pour that juice on my ears. Let's go.
Listen to this. So, and this came from so many sources. There were even YouTube videos about it, and they said this person is
please.
always on point. So
Please,
this is what we know so far from the leak. It's going to be out a couple of years from now. So we got a couple of
Of
years.
course.
So they're projecting 2025, 2026. Okay. So
Okay.
no time soon, not next year, year after that, maybe the year after that, which is fine because we got P3 Reload coming out. So
That
that'll
should
satiate us. Plus
sustain.
we got Persona 5 Tactica coming out. That'll satiate us until Persona 6. Now I had to write this down. Now, the leaker states that the theme appears to be black and white,
Like good and
but
evil, or that's
hints of green. And that was in quotation marks. So remember how we talked about one of our topics, what we thought? Didn't we guess green as one of the colors?
yeah.
But not black and white. So that's interesting. Um,
Okay.
and here's the other leak. Here's the other leak. This is a good one. Here's the
Trying to
other
dig
leak.
into my color theories that I know.
I know, and I feel like that's a theory that we can play around with for a future topic now that we know that the theme is black and white. Really interested with that because remember, some things aren't as black and white as they seem. Some things are in the
Did I
gray.
break
Now,
it?
I don't know how green would play into this, but when people talk about things are black and white, it's either this or this. There is no in between. I wonder if our new
So
persona users will have to
green is the most thing because either when something's black and white, it's finite. So either side will be
correct.
a finite choice, whatever it is. Green on the color theory usually stands for we could go with life, we could go with growth, or we could go to like
Right.
the darker side thing of like jealousy, envy. Trying to think what else, but I feel like the growth and the life is so much more.
I feel like you said
MJ
something.
did matter if it did said it didn't matter if it's black or white, but we're talking about video games.
Oh man. But here's the other thing that the leaker is saying too.
Okay.
Apparently there are whispers. So you heard it from us, but you didn't hear it from us because it's not
I
concrete.
know you're here for jokes, Team Al. I appreciate you. Your older brother says hello.
We do appreciate you. Apparently there are talks on the table is being entertained to remake the first and second personas.
Mom.
I'm here for it because I didn't get a chance to play. By the time Persona actually got to us,
It was 3.
Innocent Sin.
Oh, it was Innocent Sin. Well, me.
Innocent,
I mean,
yeah.
I was a
Not
kid. I
even,
was a
yeah.
baby.
Nocturne was barely out, but Innocent Sin was like the only one you can get in the store. So that was like the second part of the story. So this is big. This is big. This is big. This is big. Plus, they said that they are considering doing some things with the first couple of protagonists. So keep that in mind. All right. Also on the rumor mill that has been confirmed that Nintendo is doing a new console.
God, fudge cake
The
and
only thing
fugger
that's not
nuggets.
confirmed, right? The only thing that's not confirmed is whether or not it is called the Switch 2. They call it the Switch 2 now, and by they, well, I'm not talking about Nintendo. I'm talking about those, but apparently it's been confirmed in the rumor that there is another console coming out in the supposedly in the early part of next year. I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that. I had to write fast while I'm doing this. All right,
I
so
don't know if I want to. Ryan just got me the OLED, whatever
oh
you want
yeah,
to call
we
it.
just talked about it. I just got the
Yeah,
old
you
version.
just got
We literally
yours.
just talked about that a couple of years ago with 2020 at the
Whatever
end.
COVID is, because you were really trying to dish out your ducats for this.
Hey, end of the first year of the pandemic. So yeah.
All right, what else you got? Hit us.
All right. This the last thing that I got. It's a doozy. It's a two-parter,
It's a
but they
two-parter.
it's one and the same. All right. Don't squeal. This is funny. To me, it's funny. Um, one, Final Fantasy 16 is already on sale for $49.99.
What? But it's
Uh,
not.
uh,
It's not a
and
computer.
and and because of the abysmal performance of Final Fantasy 16, Square Enix reportedly is down in the billions from sales that they did not make up because of 16.
Ooh, didn't we talk about the lack of advertising for this? Like, because we watched a certain person play 16
Remember,
all the way
we
through.
said we didn't even know it was going to be a thing until the last possible moment when we made all the funny videos about it, and we
Right.
called. It was like no one's talking about this. I remember when we did the research, we had to dig up the few folks that were
Right.
talking.
And we had to dig up the interviews talking about the actual game. Like,
Right. And so
oh my
apparently there's an
God.
article out. Matter of fact, I can't cite the source. IGN has the article out on it now. You can go ahead and look it up and read it like I did. So you won't just be
Yo.
it's coming out of hearsay. It has already been reported. If you press IGN like that, I don't have a problem with IGN. I look at them as a pretty reputable source. So go ahead and talk about the abysmal tragedy that is now Final Fantasy 16 since
I'm
y'all tried
so
to come for
sad.
us for
And the
talking
thing
about
is,
five.
y'all, like, the thing is, we watched the same person play it. It's a
Correct.
really good game. It is a
That
solid.
same person, just like everybody else, said the same thing when it came down to that story. A lot of the story looked like it was going somewhere. They dropped the ball in certain instances. Certain things looked rushed, and they said that they let and no offense, because they said that they let the MMO folks do too much MMOing. They said all of that side quest that looked like it didn't tie anything together was kind of just there. That's what's on the table.
I I
Uh,
felt it was a decent for like compared to the last few Final Fantasies we've gotten.
right.
Like if you compare it to 15, 13, 15, those last two recent ones, and for some people in this chat, 12, but we're not going to talk about it. Um, this is a significantly better game than the last two games they dished out. Like that's 100% guarantee.
I wish I can chime in on that because I refuse after what they did with 15. I refuse to go there with them on 16.
Same here.
And I just looking at the gameplay in my brain, I would play 15 again before I play
Really?
16.
I feel like it was pretty god
One,
doggone decent.
one, I admit, I'm not that big of a fan. Well, you know this because remember I threw in the
Yeah,
towel
you
on
don't like
Skyrim. Yeah, I don't like those. I like watching period pieces. I don't like
yeah, you don't
playing.
like plain period pieces. It is a little bit. It's got that not necessarily like Skyrim-esque vibe, but
Yeah.
it's old medieval type deal. There's chocobos pulling
And I
carts,
know that's saying a
and they
lot
all
because
talk like this.
I know and that's probably contradictory because I know a lot of people like, but didn't you say Final Fantasy 9 was your favorite one? Yes.
Yeah, but also we didn't have to hear
But it was
everybody
very
talk.
different comparatively. It was lighthearted. It was not dark like this. And I'm not one who don't like edgy. I know a lot of people. Apparently, America just chock full of the West is just chock full of edge lords. We just
Yeah,
want
apparently they think we all
glory,
like that edgy
sex, and
bullshit. I don't think the main protagonist was like super fucking edgy. Like at first he had a chip on his shoulder, but I swear like past chapter whatever, 3 4, he ate that chip real quick.
well, I think that was not to spoil the game because I do apologize. Not try to spoil it if you plan on playing it, but apparently after a certain thing, a lot of those Let's players, particularly the one that we watched, he said the same thing. Pelvic Gaming said the same thing. Once they took away the motivation, it kind of shot the character in the foot. I think Clive had the potential to be a good
Oh
character.
yeah, even though his name
Um,
is Clive.
that part because I'm not gonna not let that go.
Just
But
his name is
apparently
fucking
that
Clive.
right, it's Clive. Laugh. But yeah, apparently didn't do too well, and the future of the series. I think now the only thing that's going to save it is the 30th iteration of Final Fantasy VII
Oh
because
yeah.
people are being funny. But yeah, now that Rebirth is on the horizon, we can probably rinse the bad taste of 16 out of our mouths with that. And then the next installment. Now what I did read in the article was they said that they are going to scale down the team and focus on like a better story.
I hope they think so.
I warned them though, and the thing is, I was kind of excited about 16 because they was going to give me that old vibe that 9 did, but then they took it
They even did the
so
deed on it.
Right. They took it so doggone hardcore, and I was like, well, I mean, everything ain't for everybody. I'm not
Yeah.
saying like, I'm be no real fan. I mean, hell, like I said, I bought all 3 versions.
I'm still mad that you did that. I didn't even make it to
Ain't
chapter
nobody tell me I'm not a real
13. Hey,
fan.
Tiny.
What's up?
I
What's
didn't
good?
even make
Yes,
it to
I'm
chapter
somebody who would
13.
call my real fan.
You're a
Same
fake Final
day.
Fantasy fan. How
Not
dare
even
you?
on sale, you guys. Same day.
You spent.
$60
Ew.
every time.
How are we friends?
And 15. And I bought
You did buy
Final
15.
Fantasy Zero just so I could get the demo for 15.
We did buy 0 at the same time just for the demo, because then we started realizing that after that time we were like, what is this about again?
What's happening? Yeah, what is this? What did I just give them $60 for?
Right.
What's happening?
All right, keep
Okay, I
rolling.
just wanted to play Platinum demo. Other than that, on the end of my news, hope y'all watched it. Nintendo Direct came out. A lot of great games coming out. A lot of great games. I know Olivia be stoked that side dish for Splatoon 3.
Oh yeah, the DLC is down coming. She's excited for that. She's super excited.
New course for Mario Kart. They are running some highlights off the top of my head. They are re-releasing updated and brand spanking new shiny new coat of paint for a new console, that was the last seen on the GameCube, which is Paper Mario and the 1,000-year door. Yep, so many people were super excited about it. Let's see. They displayed Mario Wonder again. Looks great. Mario RPG looks great. Other than those 2, they're also bringing another old game, Luigi's Mansion 2.
Okay. I feel like it's a good idea to actually bring these back, because the movie, as we said, the Mario movie, just needed more Luigi. So we're gonna get the games, and then more than likely we'll get more Luigi in part 2.
Now that this Mario movie was actually kind of successful, I hope we do get more Luigi.
We better. The thing is, how can you not? How can you not? They set up the mansion. They set it all up. They set up Rosalina. Everything was set up in that movie.
Plus, I want to see them incorporate Daisy.
I know. How the fuck are they gonna do
that? I just want that
Daisy.
I want that to be a thing so bad. But that's it. That's what I
got some bullet points, and one serious topic.
It is.
One Piece Season 2 is confirmed. Oda, the man, the myth, the legend, confirmed it himself, I think yesterday.
He did.
I'm excited for it. For those who watched it, who aren't fans, who've never seen an episode in their life, Olivia, my daughter, everyone all around, people who've been here for years, like me, enjoyed it for what it was. Yes, some storyline changes, but sometimes it's a little bit for the better, because remember, this is like 28-year-old Oda who originally wrote this time span in One Piece. So he's like 60 now. Like, dude's getting old, man.
Oh, now did you also see him in the interview talk about the fans being like, ooh, let Nami and Zoro hook up? He was like, no.
Yeah, he said the only suck facing that is happening was what that was with Usopp and
Korean, Carrie, whatever her name was.
Oh my fucking
Kaya.
Yes, thank you, Kaya. So I'm pleased with that, because I don't want anyone on the ship to be with anyone on the ship until everything is over. Please, let us enjoy the journey.
The way they are. I don't think anybody needs to see.
I don't think so.
Messy. Don't let folks smash on the boat.
What's gonna happen is, if they're gonna let that happen, then everyone's gonna do the whole, Sanji and Zoro need to be together because they hate each other and they're gonna hate fuck. And I'm like, oh my god, can we get off of it, please?
As much as you can take the tumbler out of the thought. You cannot
take the thought out of the tumbler. Y'all, if y'all ever been on Tumblr, you know what we're talking about. I actually tried to log in, and they sent me.
Don't do it.
They put me in a loop. I tried to log into my old Tumblr.
Go to Reddit. It tumbles, go to die.
I'm here for that. Also, what I have, which I'm going to draw a comparison here, Attack on Titan final episode is coming out November 4th. Couldn't read my own handwriting. And here's the thing. The trailer's already dropped. It is a 90-minute episode given to us for free. You know what else is 90 minutes? The fucking Demon Slayer movies that are actually episodes, that are actually seasons, and we don't have to pay for them. I mean, and we have to pay for that.
Talked about last time where you trying to force me to go to the movie theater to see something you're going to put right on Crunchyroll in a month or two, and I have to just wait. And I will wait. You know why I'm going to wait? Because I'm 40 plus and I ain't got time to play with y'all reindeer games. And I'm not going to do it.
Threw your age out there.
I ain't going to do it.
Tokyo Revengers Season 3, October 3rd. Berserk is returning September 22nd. Oh my God, why? Solo Leveling got a trailer yesterday, day before. That is a very, if not one of the most popular, tell me if I'm wrong.
Watch that one. I said yay.
Manhwas?
Like, oh yeah, that is how you say that.
Manhwa? My child can say it better than me. Spy Family Season 2, October 7th.
It is, and the movie is...
Y'all, the infamous Black Butler is back.
I have to watch the old ones to remind myself what's going on. Because I can't remember what happened. We talked about this. I said the last time I watched Black Butler, Netflix was still sending DVDs to the house. Me and husband watched that we had the entire DVD set sent to our house.
Season 1 was great. Season 2 was crazy.
Ooh, did you see that Anya is getting her own little video game?
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's called Anya Memories. So all you do is go through like the first season of Spy Family, and you just take little pictures. And she's so cute.
That's adorable. It's like Pokemon Snap, but with Spy Family. That's adorable.
Yeah, she is.
My favorite news is Blue Exorcist Season 3.
Finally coming back. Now I can watch
Shimane Illuminati Saga.
Ooh,
January 2024. 4 or 5 months away. Not that far away, y'all.
Very close. Very close.
So this is a serious. Okay, sorry, my mother just texted me. She has COVID.
Oh,
thanks, Mom.
That's it. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So I literally thought she had COVID like last week. So we, as adults,
we did Ray of Sunshine. That was I'm sorry, Cindy.
You're good.
That was our last. That was supposed to be our last show since some stuff came up and we didn't get a chance to do it.
Yeah.
We actually have a list, so if we got time, we'll throw some out there.
Yeah.
But we did to take a look at some because I actually wrote some down that I was excited.
Tiny said again, yes, Mom has COVID again. It's not funny, but it's funny because she's it's Mom. it's our Mom.
Right.
So we as adults understand. She just said thanks, happy birthday. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Don't go home this weekend. You can't. You should just come up here at this point. Because Dad had COVID and Mom has COVID now. The dog probably has COVID too. Anyway, to make this somewhat quick, for those who've seen Game of Thrones, know the whole story about the actor that portrays Joffrey, that he does not act anymore due to the bad things that happened to him on the street. For the things that he did. There is a difference between acting and being a real live human being. This also goes for when people don't like the way stories go, whether it's in books or anime. Due to the last few episodes of Bleach, the creators, the writers, and the animators have been receiving death threats and petitions and just hate mail upon hate mail over
that
from
one
fans.
We're talking about that one stupid scene that they took out because it's
Apparently,
the story.
they said just in general they've just received so much hate.
Years or recently, because the manga been over with for
Yeah,
years.
no. Ever since they dropped the part two, they've been receiving hate for the way
Why?
that they did it.
Now I read the article and they said they rearranged some stuff
Yeah,
and put stuff in some other places because it he said looking back on it now it makes the story a little bit more fluid,
right.
which I understand that because that's your creation. You're looking at something, you're like, you know what? Now looking at it in hindsight, that would have made the story make a little bit more sense if I put this right here. I wish people go get a life. I'm not
Yeah,
even trying
and
to be
that's what they're mad about. They're mad about the
being so
rearrangement. It's the
get,
same as
get a
why.
life. Get a life. You cannot be that pressed about something fictional. Get a life. You cannot be that pressed about something fictional. You know what that reminds me of? Kathy Bates in Misery.
Oh,
That guy killed off like the lead character in the book because he was in the series and whatever. And like she kidnapped him, abducted him because he's not a child, abducted him, tied him to the bed, broke his legs, and forced him to continue the series like a
right.
psycho. Played a great job. I mean, some people are still afraid of Kathy Bates to this day because of her portrayal in Misery as a
That's a bad bitch.
fanatic. Right. I need y'all to get y'all life. If
Yeah.
y'all, not
Yeah,
y'all,
no.
because
So, due to all the threats and all of the saying I'm going to kill yous, the actual animators are questioning whether a job is worth it or not, and in debate about quitting.
so you know what? No, I don't have no comment. That's why people don't want to work,
Eh,
or they
true.
don't want to show their face, or they don't want to be seen coming out of that building or anything like that. This is how you get fires because somebody disgruntled and mad, and then somebody lose their families, all because you that pressed and that vexed over some fictional characters that don't exist.
Yo, it's stories. It's from the imagination of
It, hey,
creators.
and if you're that upset about it, what happened to the days where we just took to fanfiction.net and
And
wrote
just
the
did our own thing. I
right
think
that we wanted?
Naruto should end
Oh,
up
you
with
didn't write the
Sakura.
story that we did based on the characters that you made, but you did it in a different way. You know what? I'll write them the way that I want to write
Broccoli
them.
and Sakura should be together.
And for those who don't have any shame, Wattpad is available.
Yeah, Wattpad is. It's literally so the what it went from fan fiction to archive of our own to now Wattpad.
So it's like you cannot be that depressed about how somebody write. And if somebody's right, like I said, Wattpad, fan fiction, or big brain energy, come up with your own shit.
Crazy, right?
That's that's a novel idea. Then your characters do the fuck you want them to do. And you hope that the way that you see your story, nobody's seeing you death threats because they so obsessed about your characters that they just can't see it going.
All right,
People
that
people got problems and they arguing and
stop
they
being
discuss.
yeah, y'all don't involve yourself with those type of people. And if you do catch them, just give them a good old back slap. All right.
Spider, they do that with The Last of Us Part Two too.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
because people were obsessed with Joel and Ellie's
Oh, just like
relationship
they're
and the
pissed.
way they did that story and the way they said that, spoiler alert, how they got rid of Joel and that whole thing. Yeah, people were big mad, but me and husband was big mad. But you know how mad we was? We just didn't buy the game. That part. We
Lord.
was like, we good. I want The Last of Us Part One to just live in infamy in my head. I ain't gonna worry about it.
Yeah. All right, on to the actual. I don't think I have any other news. Do you have any other news? Anybody has any other news?
I don't have anything. That was a big info dump.
Yeah.
That's it. Maybe if some comes up, we'll throw a little short or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
So, our topic tonight has been circling in our brains for about 5 to 6 months, right? And it has been eating at us because it is such a fun topic and we're really excited for it. The real villains of anime. Yes, we have Orochimaru, but did you know that there was Saratobi? Yeah. Yeah. Sure, we have Frieza, but Goku though.
If y'all hadn't guessed, this is a very fun topic on the, in our opinion. Now, again, you send me death threats, I'm probably sending it back.
You send me death
Probably
threats, I'm gonna sit on your porch.
You send it to that girl's a psycho. Why, yes, thank you. But
Appreciate it.
no, like
Thanks.
this is our opinion about, if you think about it,
Think
these
really
people
hard
are
about it, you know.
the real villains of this
Why is it
entire
that
story. Now,
Yeah.
some people, yeah, you do have to squint. Some, not just, so have fun with it. If while we're going through this, y'all can think of some ones. Once you see where we're going with this, feel free to bring them up. We'll love to hear about them. All right, here we go.
Who's first? Who's first?
Let's start at the tippy top because this one might take up a lot. Now, y'all love this series. I was a big fan of this series, very much. But let's talk about the real villain of the Naruto series. I know a lot of people like, oh no, it was Orochimaru. He was taking the babies
It was
and biting them in the neck
pain.
and
It
taking their
was
bodies
it
over.
was the gato.
And
It was
then, it was Kaguya eventually, the person that started it, blah, 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 blah. No, let me tell you something. The real,
This one gonna take a while too.
yeah, the real villain of this entire series set Naruto up for failure. The only reason
Yes.
why it go left is because the writer didn't want it to go left. But if you think about it, it would have went there. Saratobi, the third Hokage, and every other leader.
No,
in
it's
that.
not Donzo.
No,
But you're right. The third did enable him.
The Donzo worked for the third, and he had to answer to the leaders. Now, did they allow him to do what the hell he wanted to do? Yes.
Yes.
But the decision came down to the third.
So, as we know the story of Naruto, he's this quote unquote orphan boy who really has a demon inside him, and his parents are dead, but they were actually really influential. And literally the first, 320 episodes, including filler of Naruto, is just him coming up in the world, becoming a better ninja. Dadatebayo, that's my whole ninja way, Sasuke! Like that whole thing. We all know the story of Naruto.
Right.
Did you know that if Saratobi, the third Hokage before he died, would have stepped in 1 to 3 ways, I want to say, Naruto would have just been a completely different person / his whole entire situation?
Here's my issue.
Get it?
Let me put some stuff in y'all ear. Y'all already know here. All right, here we go. Comparatively to Konohamaru, okay? Think about how they treated Konohamaru in this entire series.
Honorable grandson.
Honorable grandson.
That's
Ibisu
what they called him.
Ibisu was basically his handmaid the whole time.
Literally. He had butler service every day.
Blah, 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 blah. Now, here we go.
Honorable grandson.
You knew for a fact the fourth Hokage and his wife literally sacrificed their life to protect the village from a quote-unquote natural disaster that we know later that Madarame set forth, which is the Nine Tails. So, who is Madarame? Oh, I've been playing Persona 5.
Yeah, Madara.
My bad.
Madara.
Yeah, I've been playing Persona 5.
It's okay. For some reason, Olivia asked me, she's like, how do you remember all these anime names? And I just looked at her. I was like, I don't fucking know.
Side note, by the way, I'm going to have to go there. This is literally side note. This extra semester in Persona 5 Royal with this extra dungeon has
really going there.
made me not want to replay the game. I will play the I can't go through that again. That is the longest dungeon of my life. It's longer than Okumura. It's longer than Shido's. That dungeon is long and it's not even that fun. I digress. I am digressing. But anyway, the fourth Hokage and his wife literally gave their life up to say that they put the safety of the village over the life of their own child, because they put the thing in their infant child. Not knowing what it was going to do, they just said, okay, well, mama, you got, they died They could not be here to raise their child. Do you think anybody who literally had love for their country, think about our country, go to the military, die for your country, we'll take care of you. Look what we do to the vets.
Right.
Do you think anybody that lay down their life leave this earth thinking they're going to treat my child like shit?
And that was the dying words, too.
They're going to look at you like a hero.
That's what he told him. Let the village know that he is a hero.
What did Sarah Toby do?
Tell the village shit. He ain't told
Remember
them
how we get introduced into the anime? Naruto sitting there alone on the swing, reflecting on how alone he was. Remember, don't play with that boy. Don't play with that.
He's a monster. He's a demon.
Do you know
I guess
that was on Sarah Toby? Why didn't Sarah, the moment it happened, why didn't Sarah Toby get the baby, after it was done, hold a press conference
and like literally
present the child,
like
Sequoia, and was like, this baby.
That was not Donzo's fault. That was Sarah Toby is the boss, y'all. That's the boss. That's the boss. That's the boss.
Put like Donzo did not put anything over Sarah Toby's mouth that he couldn't talk.
Sarah Toby let all that shit that happened behind the scenes. Oh, okay. T-Mal got a fucking paragraph.
Okay, T-Mal said all he had to do was call a village meeting, tell everybody sit down, shut the hell up, because this child's parents protected the village, and this child, through no choice of his own, is holding back a nuclear bomb that can destroy the village. So if y'all want that fox to come back, keep it. Thank you. All he had to say was, hey, look, prize this child. He is literally protecting the village with every breath that he take. Let us protect him. And then on top of that, for reverence of the fourth Hokage.
Oh my gosh, yes, I was about to go there.
To say that our village leader died saving the village. Let's protect his offspring at all costs. Sarah Toby had every opportunity to do that. He kept his trap close. Matter of fact, he wouldn't even tell Naruto who his daddy was. Naruto had to find that shit later.
That's insane. Because the thing is, I think of it like this. Because when we talk about not just like Naruto's living conditions, he literally was in the orphanage until they forced him to live by himself. What was it, like 6 or 7? They made him go live by himself, and then they put him in the hood, y'all. He wasn't in a luxury area. He wasn't. I can't think of the word.
Right, it wasn't no penthouse. It wasn't no car.
They put that child in the hood. So you're gonna sit here and tell me that Minato Namikaze, who already had to hide his name due to the many enemies that he had, did not have Ching Ching, or his wife coming from the Whirlpool Village before it was destroyed, literally a princess because her grandmother was the first Hokage's wife. Are we not going to talk about that this child didn't have access to money that was probably rightfully his, thanks to Sarah Toby?
This is how we treat basically royalty. This is how we treat the savior of your village.
Naruto is literally royalty due to his lineage.
And if you look at how they treated him comparatively to then how they treated Konohamaru, it is a
spoiled milk.
Remember, it kept tearing his stomach
up.
Oh
my god. Well, the thing is, like, yeah, we can blame Obito, but that circumstances was what, a canon event? That was gonna happen.
Because if we're gonna talk about the third Hokage, he could have done something. Matter of fact, what was his old ass doing? Why he didn't raise him? Why he stayed with him?
He was being bitter because he had to rule again after Minato died.
Sir.
So no,
that whole thing. If you think about who was because think about it. A lot of shit. Because it's like, okay, well, how does this make him the villain? Because a lot of shit could have been avoided had Naruto been treated better and privy to a lot more information.
And I want to say this too. The Leaf Village got motherfucking lucky that Naruto didn't take his demonic ass somewhere else, or turn on the village, or just become so hated, like hating everyone in the village, that he just like demolishes y'all. Y'all got fucking lucky.
But think about it. We brought this up every
Thank
every
you,
time.
Ryan. Even RJ Mallory said even Harry Potter had cash.
He did, because as trifling as they try to say James Potter was, he put some money back. He had some insurance money for his child.
Mm-hmm.
In the off chance he got clapped, and did. And
Contingencies.
had a whole vault of gold. He didn't even know he was sitting on fat stacks the entire time. And think about it. I think we brought this up last time, but didn't we talk about how for y'all to be so scared of the fox, y'all show had it running loose in the project,
Okay, but
unattended and unguarded. Because remember how smooth Akatsuki just bust in when they got ready to
did.
what if they was like, oh, okay, come here, Fox.
You know what? Very true, Tiny. Third Hokage is very close to Dumbledore foolishness.
Yes, because think about it. Dumbledore never disclosed to Harry towards the end, like the sixth book. He never well, even before then, but it culmination in the sixth book. He never disclosed to Harry what he was doing.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it all to myself. I'm gonna do it all myself. I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say you might be a possible Horcrux. I ain't gonna say nothing, even though I'm supposed to be the most revered wizard of all time, next to Merlin.
Not only that, he said, Hagrid, make sure you go give Harry his money. Like, I'm sorry, like, it all starts back to, like, the money. So many things could have changed for Naruto if two things happened. He made an announcement about the importance of Naruto, even if he wouldn't even said nothing about the fucking demon. If he would have just said, hey, this is the fourth child, his whole entire reputation would change. He'd have friends, he'd have, just fucking, not necessarily popularity, but just a little bit of basic respect for who your parents were and the sacrifices that they made. Two, if
he would resentful, because remember, you acted resentful and acted. What if something earlier would have triggered the fox, and it just came out? Y'all asses clapped and dead because
y'all were asses, pretty much. And the thing is, now that you said that, if he would have had friends, he wouldn't have acted out so bad because he was lonely.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a lonely boy. I'm alone. Sorry, Black Keys.
Like. Think about it, like I will say that, like the fan fiction I wrote. What if he decided to just run away?
I love those fan fictions where Naruto just fucking runs away, creates his own society.
Your greatest weapon just ran out.
Yeah,
left.
Like you lost your biggest weapon because every single village has one.
And we're always on the verge of war. Remember what the Tsuchikage used to say? We're always on the verge of war. You always got to stay ready. Can't stay ready. Got to be ready. Got to be ready. And what if they'd have been like, oh, didn't he used to be with the league? What if they had snatched him up?
Right. Let me give you a penthouse suite.
We'll love you. We'll take care of you.
You want some parents? We'll get you some parents.
Right. So now they got the most doggone, the strongest tail beast, Jinchuriki, just in their village. Right. And be like, well, y'all didn't take care of him. Right. So many things could have went left. Naruto could have sat there and went trained and was like, you know what? I'm about to burn this bitch down to the ground.
Fuck the leaf. Yo, fuck the leaf. You know,
but that's what we couldn't, and all because Sarutobi kept his bitch ass mouth closed.
He did, and it's those two little events could have been cleared up. Literally, just one of those events. Honestly, if he would have just said, "Hey, this is Minato and Kushina's baby,"
right?
Ta-da! No, so Sarutobi, personally, I'm so glad Orochimaru gave that man them hands.
You know, he took his hands, but oh well.
Oh yeah, stop with that Naruto crossover fan fiction, because apparently he just gets all the bitches. We're not even gonna go into it. Naruto gets all the bitches, and he deserves all the bitches.
Connie said, "Let these kids fight these war for me." She was talking more about Harry, but that's true for Naruto.
It's true. Yeah. It's true because
Dumbledore. Remember Dumbledore's army.
Well, the thing is also almost every Jinchuriki was.
Oh, that was green.
Most of them were under the age of 18.
Right.
All 9 of them were almost, I think the monkey and the snail were over 20?
What we talking about?
The ages of the Jinchuriki, because most of them were under the age. We're not like 18, 17,
Yeah,
16.
I think Gaara and Naruto were the same age.
No, Gaara's younger. I think 2 years younger or a year younger, something like
Did
that.
Naruto?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You know, I'm a big Gaara fan. I will.
Shit.
No, he was 14.
Which was funny because for those of us that read the manga, remember the Jinchuriki were never in the manga. They did this spread where they just drew them out, but they were never in the story.
Those backstories.
All that story was only anime specific.
This is filler. Yeah, pretty much. It's filler. Most of the filler.
We were in the store. We aren't that important.
This is filler.
I did not watch. I didn't care. Oh yeah, but yeah, no, seriously.
No.
But
I know Saratobi can catch these hands. Because he could have fixed a lot of issues that Naruto dealt with, which would have changed a lot of things. It could have very well changed Sasuke's whole entire issue too, because you had Naruto being more knowledgeable about having familial issues. So,
well, if he was gonna lie about Naruto's heritage, he was gonna lie about how they was treating the Uchihas.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's not even talk about Naruto. How much did he is the reason that Sasuke is fucked up? It's Saratobi.
If you sit here, now I'm glad you said that. If you sit here and tell a kid, talking about Itachi, your village or your family, make a decision. And no, your family's not going to be in exile. I need you to wipe them bitches off the planet. Your mama,
your daddy, your cousins,
your lover, your cousin, your best friend.
You had a baby mama in there. She good.
Yep, her too. And
Sorry,
you had
I'm hot
for your brother's life.
Like, that's insane.
So think about Sarah, and we know it was Saratobi because he sat there in front of their council along with that's why I said the rest of the heads. He sat there in front of them.
And Danzo wouldn't try to stop him. Danzo, as he goes past and kills them, would collect bodies and eyes for his little shitty arm.
And the only reason why I say Danzo is not absolved of it, but he answers
giving Jaime Lannister.
It was a set that was approved by the third. Abu Roots was approved by the third and the heads. They allowed him to operate basically as real ninjas in the shadows.
Right.
Do whatever needed to be done to keep everything in line. Right. So you had your orders. So if Danzo was unhinged, he was unhinged. It's not like he couldn't get checked before it got to that point. So no, everything. And then on top of that, let me throw my girl in that pot too. Tsunade, she in that pot. Because when she took power, she had the opportunity to go and clear that bullshit up too, and she did it.
Yeah.
She did it. Everybody, every adult in charge failed that kid. Kakashi didn't say anything.
Oh, I could have been on Kakashi ass about this whole entire. I'm gonna talk about that when we do our 2-year anniversary.
That's what I'm saying. You treated him like bullshit, but you admired and revered his father. You
literally
knew exactly
licked his dad's ass. Like, I don't understand.
So nobody in the village. That's what I'm saying. Your village. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah, it took you right
it's
to Jaime.
Giving Jaime Lannister.
Like, pick one. Either your people, your blood, your clan.
That's absolutely insane to tell that. Because wasn't Itachi like 15? He was a babby.
Now I know later down the line we knew that Madara, it don't matter. Madara was supposed to be dead, so he know nothing about them. You looked at a 15-year-old and said that.
Pretty much. My thing is also, he let Orochimaru do them experiments under his nose.
Because Saratobi is trash.
And that's why Orochimaru gave him them hands. He gave him too much.
It's
so much. You wouldn't have, if you got rid of Orochimaru in the beginning.
Right. Like, call it cringe if you want to. You know how they say, be the change you want to be and see?
Be the change.
Saratobi said, no, fuck that. Traumatize everybody.
Everyone. Everyone.
And I know when Sasuke went with Orochimaru, when all that shit happened, he would probably like, damn it, I should have had his ass killed behind his back too.
Bruh. Because I'm thinking now that like we're sitting and we're just like not talking about everyone else, we're talking about just Saratobi doing Saratobi
now,
bullshit.
in contrast,
Yeah.
when I was thinking about this earlier while I was at the gym, because it played my brain. It was, what about the other Hokages? Nope, because the first Hokage had a mutual understanding with the Uchihas.
Right.
The Decision Clan and the Uchihas, they had some kind of, it was shaky, but they had one. The second,
Toby racism. Toby Rama said, "You get these motherfucking Uchihas. Them
right.
niggas over there."
He wasn't trying to hide it. It wasn't no, oh my God, you had to think about, nope, you already knew what you was getting. It was the third.
Yeah, Danzo just wanted to take eyes, dude. Danzo is a freak and a hot flaming mess.
Yep. So
he's like those people who want to be Korean now so bad, or Asian so bad. He wanted to be an Uchiha so bad that he let them get murdered and took their eyes. Like, I'm gonna take your culture. Come here.
Put them in my eyes.
Just like how the Kardashians still black people everything. That's literally Danzo. Just fucking, I like your eyes. I really wish I had your eyes.
A little bit of melanin and a little bit of black penises.
Yes.
They're great.
Oh my God, I just really like your eyes. You're so exotic. Me too. Danzo's a cultural appropriator.
How many manga kills can you fit in your arm? I can fit 5. That's crazy. I hate it so much.
Oh, he literally is the epitome.
But I hate this series so.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Naruto has so many plot holes, and we're gonna talk about it eventually for our 2-year anniversary. But it's all Saratobi. Saratobi is the villain in Naruto. Done and done.
Once you think about what we said, y'all. I mean, you don't have to agree. Remember, it's all fun and games, but still.
Also, this is our show, so
go make your own, and we can come in your chat.
And we can come in your chat, give you shit.
Yeah, Danzo, evil feats Uchiha massacre. Yep, Danzo sent Hanzo after Akatsuki turned it into the evil organization. Again, still working under orders.
You're still working under the big boss dog, man.
If the big boss said, do what you got to do to keep the peace, and that's all you heard, say less.
Say less.
Ain't like he tell you just because the boss said, the less I know, I ain't got to testify.
Right. The blood's off my head.
All right. So we can talk about Naruto all day. All right.
We really could.
Go ahead.
Can we do the another one? I want to do, because Hopi.
Yes, do that one.
Tiny loves Another. I think it was her that loves it. I love Another. If you haven't watched.
I watch it every year.
Huh?
I say it's my favorite. I watch it every year.
I love Another around this time. That's why I wanted to bring it up. Another is a horror anime that involves a curse on a classroom, that every year there is an extra desk in the classroom and someone is dead in the classroom. So the class, this has been happening since 1980 something. Whoever finds, you have to pretty much find the dead person, the dead imposter. It's called Another. Dead imposter for that year. Because then everyone and your family members will start dying of extenuating circumstances. For instance, somebody's mom died in an elevator. She was a nurse and got crushed to death. Didn't someone get their eye poked out by an umbrella? Yes. It's gory. If you like a good bloodbath, by episode 4, eyes were popping out. Shit was crazy. It gets disgusting. It is awesome. I'm a decently fan of horror anime. I like a good bloodbath. But man, I had to just clench my butt cheeks at the end because so many of the kids die. So every year, kids and their family members die. Some years they actually find out who the dead person is, and some years they no, you're close. The original class isn't the real villain. You're close though.
You know what? You're getting
You're
real
getting there.
close.
You big braining.
What I like about this one. Oh, go ahead. No.
I was just explaining. So, like, every year, the kids and their family members would die of mysterious, extenuating circumstances or whatever. Just, a truck ran through my brother's house and now he's dead. So, the issue was the classroom itself and whoever was on the roster for that class, right? Make sure I'm right. So,
well, yeah.
And when you were put on the roster of that class, that's what puts you at risk. So the episode, the series, that year we see it is like 2005, 2007. And I don't know if y'all care if I spoil it or not, but it was a harder person to figure out. And then they felt a certain person was targeted.
Because how it goes is everybody knows in that class that somebody is dead.
The dead person doesn't know they're dead, though.
Yeah, that's the kick. The dead person doesn't know they're dead. If what you have to do is whoever you suspect is the dead person, you have to ignore and not acknowledge
that they exist.
The entire school year in order to survive the curse. Whoever you think it is. So when you get to the story, when we got in, this particular girl who kind of looked like a doll, a little corpse doll, they had already signaled her out. And how the story kicks off is the guy that you follow, he fucked up and talked to her. And they tried to tell him, like, what are you doing? There isn't anybody there. Who are you talking to? They tried to basically gaslight him because they had already said, that person's the dead one.
That's who they suspected it would be. Yeah, they were absolutely wrong.
Yeah. And because they
fucked Tiny, up, that was your jam for a bit.
Yeah, they fucked up. Is how the rest of the story. It's
almost time to rewatch it. I really could go in about a lot of things. Like, so pretty much they were supposed to ignore if they all suggest, but the deaths actually started earlier in the year because of it. It was just a lot. It's a good mystery twist. Dude, the elevator and the umbrellas. Oh my god, she was just fucking walking down the stairs and then the umbrella just went whoosh, and I was like,
the fire.
The fire.
I ain't gonna lie. The one that effed me up was the beach. Because they thought that it didn't leave the city.
Yeah. They thought the curse didn't leave the city.
They could have a normal day at the beach.
It makes you hold an umbrella. It does make you hold an umbrella different.
Yeah. Great show, y'all. If y'all have never seen another,
go watch another.
Crunchyroll or probably anywhere else you watch.
It's everywhere. I think it's still on Hulu too.
If you like horror, and when I say it gets wild, it's like understand about once you get to understand the premise of what's. It has just enough spook and eeriness. It's unsettling.
It is. It makes me itch a little bit.
You don't know if the girl really is dead or not.
Yeah.
They don't know. The person who's dead don't even know they're dead. It's just great. And the twist
is wonderful.
Beautiful twist.
It's sad twist. Sad twist.
Yeah.
But the real villain of Another is not necessarily the class trips, let the bodies hit the floor. Oh my gosh. The panic at the end of everyone's just gonna start killing everyone.
Yeah.
But so the real villains of this, in all honesty, are the fucking parents. If you knew this has been going on for over 20 something years, first and foremost, why haven't y'all demolished? Because it's not even like you don't need proof. You have it on record every doggone year.
That part. Now let me just interject that part. Once you figure out who it is, the curse can't necessarily be broken. All you can do is leave information for the next class.
Right.
So here's my thing. This should be well known throughout the school now. Well known. Which means if my kid came home, hey, sweetie, Orientation, you registered for school? What class you got put in? 2B? Fuck.
All
All
right,
right,
well,
let me go ahead and yeah, like if you can't get them out because it's too late, they're on the
they're on the
roster. So you can't
roster.
go ahead and explain your child how to fucking survive and what to do. That don't make no sense. Why leave them in the dark? Why let them find out the hard way?
Right.
Why wait until somebody get clapped before you say something?
Not because it was a small town and everyone had went to that high school. That's the thing. So not only that, if we know that this is happening, and I feel like in the first 10 years we would have had more than enough information, fucking burn the school down. Build a new school.
Nobody, yeah, like the parents in protest, you know what? Get rid of the school. It's cursed. It's cursed. No one can be cursed if no one goes to the school because it's torn down.
Right. And just build a new school somewhere else.
Park or something around it, close it off. You know how Japan is about marking spot. Don't even go over there. Don't even look at it.
Like, why did the parents say, okay, this has been going on for 10, 20 years. We need to do something about this.
March in front of it. Ways.
Right.
Like, don't go there. Or, you know, like, matter of fact, since Spider brought it up.
Spider said they stupid.
Right. No, like, because Spider brought up a good point. Like, corpse party. You know how in corpse party, Spider, where, like, certain classrooms were boarded off and they had the talisman on top of them? Do that to that class.
Right.
No one can register in that class. That class is dead. It's like the number 4 in Japan. It don't exist. Just board it off.
And that's a simple thing.
No one is going to die because think about it, nobody in nobody else other class got any issue.
No one has any other issue.
Class. So yeah, no. Talisman that bad boy up, brick the door up, close it up. Because remember, the thing that happened to the kids in corpse party, they was fucking around and playing that Shachigo game in that classroom. So if you make it hard for folks to do something stupid, but like you said, that school kept on going like it wasn't that wrong.
What is it? You said it was like 1986 it started?
Yeah, when they found the VHS, it was like 1985, 1986. It was an old ass class. Sam and Dean, here we go, Supernatural.
There's always some Supernatural fans out there.
Foot.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the parents here. They're just sitting back and be like, okay, well, my kid got registered for 2B. Let's cross our fingers. Hope we don't die.
I have a kid at the end of this.
Hey, I hope we got some insurance in this bitch.
Then think about it, Onyx. Here's more of the stupidity. Then you let your kid go on a class trip with the cursed class outside your house. If you ain't like your kid, just say that.
And it's not even like that, because they said the curse extends to your extended family. So up to grandparents were getting murked.
Yeah, but still.
Brothers, sisters.
So paranoid. You can't leave my sight.
We're going to sit here and live in the living room for the next school year.
That's what I'm saying. You homeschool.
We homeschooling.
I kid the ghosts. They so ghosts you can't even see them because they don't even show up. Virtually. Then they work to the house.
But yeah, no, it's
the door. Don't even open my door. At least you hit them in the head with doorknob and they get concussed. Nope.
And my thing is, like, after watching another, all you can think about is, damn, can I get another season with the next year? And the next year?
They had to make the thing so that the next class that got enrolled in there can know how to break the curse. Or, well, not to break the curse, but
survive. You had to survive.
Where people are dying. Yeah, like, go ahead. This is what you got to do.
So, God, I wish there was more seasons. I know there's another book.
I guess they said, look, we made our point the first time. But
Dungeons and Dragons. I love how Spider asks random questions.
I'm sorry, I picked Dungeons and Dragons. My husband was just watching Honor Amongst Thieves, and I was cackling all over again.
Oh, for what it was. Good show. It's such a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So the parents should have did what the parents were supposed to do and not just keep going. like I said, over
Right.
20 years of a curse of a classroom that could have easily been blocked off. So Buddhist monks came in and raised that bitch. 20 something
All
years.
the exorcists and have them do some rites over. Somebody do something.
Someone called an exorcist.
All right, and it's the parents are the real villains for another. They should have did their
Every last one
parenting
of their
fucking
parents
duties.
right off
Every
the
last
track.
parental unit that passed through and had kids in that classroom for over 20 years. It's the parents. What's next?
Trash bags. All right.
Flashback.
Let's do this one because it's fun and it's smutty. Now y'all all know here, the Great Hater Nation, how much we love fruits baskets.
I'm sorry.
And you might be thinking, oh, well, we know the villain of fruits
Oh.
baskets. PT, we know the villain. Onyx,
Oh my god.
it's the head. But no, it's not.
It's not
You know who it
Aikido.
is? You know who the real villain is?
Fucking
The entire series?
Shigure,
Bloody Shigure.
the dog. The one
Because
who
he acted just
invites.
like one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one who invites Toro into his house and has Kyo and Yuki and all of them. It's all Shigure's fault. If you've seen
You know the
Fruits
writer
Basket,
that's always running away from his editor that he ain't.
so Shigure, just to give you a Fruits Basket, it's the best anime of my whole entire lifetime. Pretty much you have this girl who has lost all her family and she moves in with the Soma family who has a curse. Certain members turn into the Zodiac, cat, dog, rat, rabbit, cow, so on and so forth.
Right.
So pretty much they take her in. They try to hide it from her. She pretty much just exposes it. She tries to keep it a secret. She does a very good job. Actually keeps it a secret. She falls in love, and due to her, a whole bunch of the rest of the Zodiac all start to kind of come into their own. Akito, the head, is upset because they have a firm grip on all of those Zodiac members. So when they start to actually be free, that grip frees, and they get real violent. Anyway, so you could go ahead and start with the Shigure nonsense.
Okay. This is why we put him in the trash bag. This is why he the real villain. Okay. Now, we know the head, Akito. Akito? Akito? Akito?
Akito.
Okay. All right. There's a twist in the whole thing. At first, I didn't know there was a twist. I was like, hey. All right,
I actually held that secret too from you.
Right. I was like, this is a whole different anime. But Shigure is smashing the head. Y'all
They've
know it's
been smashing each other for
Bumping
a
uglies.
while.
Playing the
Bumping
piano.
uglies.
jumping up and down.
The head of
Who's
Akito
Devil's
is
Tango?
actually a girl whose mother
Oh,
was very jealous and
Yeah.
made her a boy.
Right. Okay. So this is why I put him in the. Oh Lord. This is why I hate when things pop up. Okay, I put him in the. This is why we put him as the villain. So you know that the head had a whole bunch of different issues, particularly with their mother.
He put his dick in crazy, pretty much.
Basically, his mother was very jealous. So you literally dealt with someone who had possession issues. You put your dick in crazy. You know how we talk about on the show. Don't put your dick in crazy. Now, how does that make him the villain? Okay, so in order to, he wished to control Akito with sex, who in turn tried to control him with sex. When he couldn't get what he wanted, what does this bitch decide to do? He decides to smash the one thing that is the source of all her trauma, her mama. Yeah, I said it. The dog acted like a dog. Revenge sex with the mama and told, oh, you can't be her, big dog.
Akito does whatever she wants. She is the head of the family. She fucks who she wants. She abuses who she wants. And Shigure,
She was told she was the center of all of it.
yes. So Shigure fell in love with her or whatever, but she still did whatever she wanted to do.
So this is what's weird about their situation. Remember, I was shocked. She was into him because He was nice
He
to
said,
her.
"Call the police."
Right. He was nice to her. Remember, he was reading the book, and she was like into him, watching him read, and she was younger than him.
Yes.
And she got into him, and he ignored her like, "Oh, you so cute," because he didn't care, because his brain was, "I'm bonded by all this bullshit. I can't do what I want, whatever. So I'm just gonna act like this."
Right.
He ignored her in the beginning, and she pretty much was like, "No, no, 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 that's not." And it kind of formed a relationship out of that.
Yeah.
So it was weird because it wasn't mutual at first.
Oh yeah, no, not at first.
And then it was okay, well,
Akito
now,
goes off and bangs like two or
because
three
he was like,
other
remember,
people.
all y'all are belong to
You
me.
all
So
belong to me, so I'm
you're
going
just
to do what
one
I
of it.
want to.
Right.
Whatever.
So he's like,
If I'm
"Oh,
gonna beat
I
up
know
a
what-"
child, I'm gonna beat up a child. If I'm gonna bang the rooster, I'm gonna bang the rooster.
And he says, "Well, I can't do a whole bunch,
But I can do
but I
enough to
can
hurt your feelings." Ren, I'm trying to figure out how to put Ren, her mom, in this.
thing." Yes.
This
How he sleep with her? She the opposite sex. He ain't turned to no dog. Or did
I
he?
wonder. Well, it's when they embrace. It has to be a
Nice.
yeah, or doggy style. He is a dog. You could just, like her, like this, and just like that.
No.
Yes.
No. You're not going to be that intimate that long and nothing's touching something for you to turn into a
Well,
dog.
he's not like bent over on her,
Sex then.
or they
Well, he
could
just-
like that.
Tipping.
He could lay down, and she could just go like that.
No. No. Now that I'm talking about this.
There's no embracing in any of those moves.
He smashed her mama
I didn't say it was okay. I was just saying, like,
and not turn into a dog.
you have to actually embrace. That was the rules.
Honest, I'm just gonna look at you. I'm gonna look at you.
There are ways to do I'm gonna try it out, and I'll get back to you with that. I'll get back to you with
I got this whole empty can of margarita to anybody to sit there and explain to me how you smash somebody.
You smash without embracing.
5 to 10 minutes, because I'm more than certain it went that long.
Without embracing. I will work on it, and I will get back to you with the bullet points.
Remember, it wasn't always a hug that pushed it over the edge.
Oh, sometimes it was stress too.
Thank you. So you're not gonna tell me.
So then we say she banged a dog.
Yeah, because it wasn't always a hug that pushed them over the edge like that. So like I said, you got a whole can, big dog.
Bestiality. Anyway.
And then when it was over with, you sweaty and you spent and you didn't arrived and you collapsed on top of her, you ain't turned no dog.
Maybe you turned. That's after the fact. I mean,
what is it? Wolf Children?
Huh?
You seen that movie? You gave it to me.
What movie?
To watch. Wolf Children.
Yeah, I mean, she banged a puppy.
She banged no puppy, baby.
That was a woof. That was a woof. That was a woof. Anyway, so just to remind you guys, Ren did a lot to Akito, her daughter. She dressed her up. She didn't even tell her father that she was an actual girl because she was worried that he would dote on her so much for being a girl. Not a lot of people outside the house even knew she was a girl, thanks to Ren. Ren was physically abusive to Akito and very selfish because she wanted the head of the family all to herself, which was Akito's father. She spouts the rudest shit I've ever seen in anime. Didn't want to give birth to her, so on and so forth. You know, that usual thing. And so for Shigure to go and smash Akito's mom. Stop. Stop, Spider. Just stop.
Here's my biggest reason for putting Shigure, for looking at him as a villain. Because through all the crap that she's been through, because I think he is one of the oldest first in the new generation of of
Hiyori is the oldest, but they're in the same, pretty much. They were in the same grade.
So here's my thing. For somebody who already had a laissez-faire attitude, he had the opportunity to show kindness to someone, to open their eyes to a different way of being
Right.
that could have prevented them from acting like the demon that they were. And he chose option B instead.
He chose to stroke the fire.
Right, because he could not wrap his brain around his own fate. Instead of stepping beyond himself and showing somebody else who's already severely abused
Right.
some kindness. Because remember how they tell you, smile don't cost anything. You don't know that had helped somebody. I feel like he had the opportunity to show kindness to someone so young, because she was younger than him when they first met. He was introduced to her when she was born. And actually cultivate a flower or a bud to grow into something pretty and respectable and kind, as opposed to being violent and ugly and depraved.
Very bitter.
That's what I'm saying. That choice that he made essentially kicked off everything, because he had the opportunity to sit there and explain to her or show kindness when she went on and be like a child and be like, "Oh, y'all belong to me as toys." He could have showed her
a different way.
Yeah, like, is this how you treat your possessions? Well, this is not a possessions, or here's love. Because there's always philosophies about that, where the way you hold things dear or things that is precious for you, do you want to nurture it or do you want to destroy it? If you destroy the thing, then it's gone forever. Or if you put it back together, it's never completely the way that you originally had. Be metaphorical with that thing, but teach somebody. Like I always say, you train people how to teach you or how to treat you.
Right.
So he could have, but instead he decided to make it sexual, make it deviant, take it there. Therefore, it took somebody like Toru coming along and turning up. He could have been the change he wanted to see. He could have broke that bond.
He chose not. Due to him not choosing kindness, we have the abuse of Yuki. Mm-hmm. We have the continuous caging of the cat, because it was still caged. We have the manipulation of the new cat, Kyo. We have the sexual deviation
away from the fiance, the seahorse. I can never remember his name.
Hori. I can't think of his full name though. Yeah. You've made him erase. Not only that, the seahorse, the dragon, has the ability to erase memories. And you've made him sit here and erase so many memories over the years, which I'm sure is traumatizing to him also. And that's supposed to be your bestie. You fucked his marriage up. I mean, I'm trying to think of every single one. Even your homie, Ayame, can't fully fulfill his own dreams, Right. You've got...
The reason why I hesitate to say, okay, well, why not the Somas as a whole? Well, it would appear that way. But remember, they was like, well, all of the heads weren't all, didn't always act like that.
Right.
When you got to the end of the story, you realize it was their misunderstanding of the interpretation of the story, or the misunderstanding of what actually happened. So they didn't know that you're literally operating on one specific understanding, because that's how it was told to you.
Right.
And events that followed only showed that. They didn't understand, okay, so it wasn't supposed to be like that. It wasn't supposed to be like that at all. Right. The cat was never shunned. This all the stuff started happening. So no, I can't fault, how you have traditions. Well, we do it this way because this is what we understand, as opposed to somebody saying, well, okay, well, I understand that, but let me step outside the box, be kind, and So no, I put that on.
It's all Shigure's fault. So many things.
That was all him.
So many things.
Yeah.
I forgot the worst one. This one hurts my heart the most. Yes. After everything, we forgot Momiji. Momiji, I feel, has the saddest story. Pretty much because he was born the way he was, his mother called him a monster because she couldn't embrace her child. And the dragon erased her memories of her child. So the dad, who was the Soma, said, okay, well, you can't go by your mother anymore at all.
Correct.
So he has to see his own mother every day, walk past her house. And that one part when she was like, Momiji, it's late. Isn't your mother going to be worried about you? I was
Not
like,
this side of Shigure.
So this, I feel like this is also more of just a byproduct, because if Shigure maybe would have shown kindness to Akito, maybe instead of hoping that their child wasn't one, they can prep her and tell her, okay, so we do have this happening in our family. I feel like
he could have been a better leader.
It could, in general, a better leader all around to everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
The fans.
Because then maybe even those who couldn't deal or something like that, they'd be like, oh, well, you can come stay at the main house and we take care of the family and blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's more of a byproduct of, like, you should have been a better fucking leader in general, but that's also due to Shigure being a trash-ass human being.
Trash bag.
So, the real villain of Fruits Basket is Shigure Soma, the dog.
Sad. Trash.
Sad.
Okay. Here's a fun one. Y'all may or may not agree with me. Y'all may or may not agree with us. I don't really
started.
But here we go. The real villain of the entire series, hang on, say the entire series, but a big chunk of it. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball series.
I'm gonna say Chi-Chi / Goku.
Yeah. Now Goku, we got thoughts on that.
We got thoughts on Goku, but Chi-Chi.
So y'all could be, how y'all gonna say Chi-Chi the villain of the story? Drop it. Well, they knew each other since they were 12 years old. Goku saved her life. He touched her poontang.
Y'all go watch Dragon Ball. It was unhinged.
It was.
Dragon Ball is significantly different to Dragon Ball Z.
Right. And she was like, yo, that ain't cool. And I ain't into you anyway, because you ain't, I'm only into strong dudes. So he had like read up, no lie. He read up, he came back, he saved their ass again. And she was like into him, like, yo, like this it, cause you the dude, you that, yeah. So she was like, hey, when we get older, you'll marry me, right? Now, she had already acknowledged the first time that he won the brightest crayon in the box. He had a couple of marbles loose. He was like dumb in the back of rocks, crazy. Lord. Rats. But he was like, yo, yeah, that sounds dope. I can eat it, right? It's food.
Sure.
She was like, you lovable dope. Yeah, when we get older, we totally gonna get married. So under false pretenses, when taking advantage, Chi-Chi,
of an idiot.
See, I wasn't gonna say it like that.
Goku is an idiot. Yeah. It is what it is.
Keeping it real, but yeah, taking advantage of someone who a little slow on the uptake. When good doggone well, they don't know what you talking about. They have no clue, no earthly idea. All right, so it come down to it. She runs up on Goku again, and she was like, "Hey, yo, remember, I'm of age. You of age now. Let's go and get married." And he was like, I'm not really. Remember, she got so pissed off, she entered the tournament to whoop his ass.
Yeah. Okay, we know because he was dropped on his head as a baby. We get it. We know. Goku was dropped on his head.
Which is worse, T-Mail. Because now you already know that he got an issue and you gonna bully this man? You know he don't know what this is. So now you taking advantage of someone with a developmental
Like,
problem.
are we all under the consensus that Goku
He
is.
didn't even fully consent to it because he didn't know what it was. So then when Krillin fronted him off about it, remember that? He was like, so marriage is trash. You about to marry her for real? Look at her. She loud, she alley, she all this. He's like, yeah, I ain't gonna break my promise, but yeah, it'll be cool.
We are all really under the consensus that Goku has issues.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a collective. We all know something wrong with him,
Okay, I
which is
thought I
why
was
he's
the only
sort of
one.
on this list, which is why I'm kind of hesitant to put him on the list because of the issues, but I digress. Give me a minute. Okay. So after she got his baby juice, right? He put a bun in that oven because
Baby
he
juice!
didn't even know what the kiss was. Everybody got to
Oh.
laugh
So
about
this
that.
is another one. You're like, how do you not kiss when you bang? This isn't a pretty woman issue. This is y'all are married.
No, 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 no. See, the initial issue was how do you not embrace? But I'm more than sorry he touched her. He just didn't kiss her.
But
Now
like
you
how
can
I'm
you can
sorry. I
come
know
up
this
down and
is
not
super
kiss.
stupid, but how do you engage in that and you know nothing about it? You didn't even know it
It's
exists.
animal. Animals know how to function. Animals can do this. He is an animal. He knows when if she touched him the right way, and then Mr. Jimmy said hello, and she jumped on it, and he just rolled with it because he Goku. What did he tell? What did he tell Master Roshi? Out of everybody that I'm not afraid of, I am afraid of my wife. He meant that shit. He meant that.
Okay.
So I'm not inclined to believe now that we talk about Jack that she didn't take advantage of him.
Oh, she gives rapey tendencies.
So when she got the baby juice, when she got the baby, remember she got hella possessive and hella out of pocket with the baby.
She didn't
Remember
even
there were
want him to
several
go.
Remember, there were several occasions when she said, when she was like, "I don't care if Goku dies. Don't f Gohan needs to be okay." Remember that she kept on
T
saying that.
Mal said Goku will thrive in everything, and I mean everything.
Everything. He gonna be number one in everything,
Woo!
whether
Like,
he understands
well,
it or
yeah, no,
not.
she was super obsessive over Gohan.
Yeah. Remember, she said. Now, here's the other point that I made. She made an issue about him fighting because she said it was like some dumbass habit or some bullshit that he had and she didn't like it. Now, mind you, you met this nigga fighting.
You did. You fought him. You fought that man's.
He saved you. He touched
That's
your
all
box
he
out.
does is fight.
You he been fighting since y'all were little kids. You was like it was a filthy habit. My thing is he been saving the world for forever. So you know it's paying off, but it's a weird ass habit. I'm gonna need you to chill out with that. That's stupid. Cut that out. I need my kid to be studying, 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 studying. He just need to be about his books. I got a problem with Chi Chi because it's like you met him one way. You already said he dumber than a pile of rocks.
Oh my god.
You're gonna take the one thing away that takes his focus.
Not gonna lie, she is
What
a
you
bad
die
wife.
and not come home because he don't want to be around you? Who die and stay away when you know you can come back because you're scared of your wife? Come on,
He
man,
really
Chi.
did like just die and decided not to come back.
Yeah, remember he was gone for like a year or something. There was like Goku didn't come back. He was like, no, he's scared to face you. Da 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 da. What? Chi Chi.
No, I am not a fan of Chi Chi. I already said that when we were talking about Bulma, that she sadly is an unnecessary caricature.
When aliens, which your husband is a part of this race, but we not
That
going to
too,
know.
like, are
Your
we not
husband
gonna say
is
anything
an
about that he
alien.
is an alien?
Right. You know that they bust on the scene to cause a ruckus with your husband and you refuse to let him train your child because you knew they was going to come after him too, and they did.
And that, I think also, like, there is
Come
some,
on.
I know Goku is technically slightly challenged, and we're all acknowledging here. But there's also, like, I'm sorry, teenage Sydney cannot get the Cell games out of her head.
Oh.
So, also, we can talk about his brother Raditz and how he beat his brother's ass and died. And then instead of coming back to his responsibilities, he decided to train because Vegeta and Nappa were coming.
Right.
I'm sorry, how many sensu beans has Goku given to people who have tried to kill him? Can we get a count? Can we get...
Yeah, you can give us a count. I know for a fact, there were several that infuriated me, Cell being one of them.
Oh,
God, remember,
damn, man.
I want you to fight at your strongest, but this the one that ticked me off in the Cell game. Let me toss you this beam before my fresh kid come fight you.
Like, you threw your offspring just to the wolves. Like,
he's like, you gotta go home. This is very bad. He's like, oh, I can't take him, but oh, heal up, Boop, pop a beam right quick, because I don't want
you give him beans, he can fight your child. So I know I've died a few times.
No. Remember, Tiny, your child who has struggled up until now to hit Super Saiyan.
Yes.
Remember, he struggled, and remember during that time, he was like, "No, you got to get really pissed off."
That's the thing, though. It's like
my husband. I was like, "Damn, is Goku like the Hulk? Is he always pissed off?" Because you can snip that shit.
Now that I think of Gohan's actual personality, he does not have his mother or father's personality. You know whose personality he has?
Tiny. He didn't want no kids. He didn't even want sex. He didn't want no marriage. No. Because they said in the manga, every time it would be brought up, he was like, well, I don't want to break no promise. And he still wasn't too sure about his feelings. They say eventually they get affectionate. But yeah, it was one of those things where, Chi-Chi, if you just wanted to sample the goodies, that's all you had to do. But that
you didn't have to marry that man.
Right. That's his brain not even focused on that.
But yeah, no,
What did trifling Steve Harvey say in the book? Act like a lady, think like a man. He bring up, if a man's not focused, he can only focus on achieving the thing at the time. So if Goku is only focused on fighting, you trying to deviate him and trying to turn him into a father and a husband.
Pretty much.
Ma'am.
But
you were the Ox King's daughter. You could have got married to a prince or something somewhere. You could have been married to anybody.
She really could. She's literally a princess.
Like, her father was the Ox King. He had money. So you could have got married into a wealthy family. You didn't have to marry that dodo bird. You wanted that.
Speaking of Ox King, I was saying that Gohan's personality is the Ox King's personality. Soft, doesn't really want to deal with controversy. He don't have his parents' personality.
No, he did. But still, that's beside the point. Which is the reason why Goku on this list, T-Ma'am. That man is a menace.
He is. He is
a menace.
The Cell games will forever just be in my brain of this grown-ass man.
This is why Goku solidified as a menace in my head after Dragon Ball Super.
Oh no! And
he talks to Zeo, and he says, because Zeno is the god of all of it, like at the top. He's like this little kid, and he was like flicking planets, and he was like representative of real planets, so they would like blow up. That would just erasing universes. So Goku talked to this dude like he talked to Homeboy standing on the corner. Like all the rest of the angels like weasing them like, oh my God, this is Zeno. Goku was like so happy, because he's a fucking menace. And he was like, hey, instead of just doing it that way, like the way you're just doing it, why don't we just have a tournament? So I can I can get a crack at before you kick them off into the ether because I'm going to win. I plan on winning, but at least let me fight them first to see how strong they are. And then I was like, you know what? That's a novel idea. That's what's up. That's good
I'm
stuff.
so over Goku.
Goku literally told that god to make a tournament because he wanted to fight the strongest dude out of any universe, not just his. If that ain't selfish and insane. So I know people could be like, well, those universes was gonna get destroyed. It doesn't matter. You didn't know.
Not only that, you put your own universe at risk. You had to go assemble a team, which included, once again, your child, your best friend's wife.
Your wife? Your wife? What do you like her to be
known? Very Mortal Kombat.
What your wife had while you was dead and in the netherworld, and then when you came back, she was like, here's his other baby.
Ta-da!
There you go.
Yeah, like, so who all was on his team to, like, defend the universe? We know Vegeta.
Yeah, Vegeta was on there. He went to hell to go get Frieza, Golden Frieza. Gohan, Piccolo.
Still putting your fucking kid out there.
Krillin.
Wait, why is Krillin here?
Because Krillin ain't no chump. Like,
I forgot.
Krillin can hold his own. Now I know everybody give Krillin a lot of slack, but he can hold his own. He ain't no damn Yamcha. Now he can hold.
Yeah, isn't he still like in all technicality? Krillin is the strongest human on Earth.
Human, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last person he had to go get was 17, and 17 didn't want to do it at first because 17 didn't want to leave the animal preservation that he was working with, and he hounded 17, and of course Vegeta. So I think that was like 7, counting him. I think they had 10 fighters, so I might be missing some.
I know Krillin's wife, who she showed up in a tracksuit. Yeah, she showed up like a real mom in her tracksuit.
Yeah, 18, 17, Krillin, Piccolo, Vegeta, Frieza, Gohan, Goku. Crap, who's the other two? Shit, help me out in the chat, y'all, because it's been a couple of years.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we're still doing Goku.
Oh, Boo.
Oh, of course, Boo.
Yeah, Boo had to fight, and then there was one more. And then he almost got clapped because Jiren wasn't playing. Jiren was not playing, and Jiren. Yeah.
Shut up, Tyler, please. Tyler, I can't. I'm dying.
I hate this so much. Goku is a fucking menace. Y'all know it. I know it. A lot of fights that he did, it literally is because he wanted to fight the strongest.
Like, period. You're still being a menace over the universes at this point.
You die and stay gone so you can train. You come back to bang your wife because, animal urges. Yeah, apparently, she still didn't describe to you the birds and the bees.
I swear, does she just no, you know what? Brain, stop.
She saves it and
fucking put it in stop, brain. Brain, please stop.
Which is like vice. I'm done.
All right, so we are going to acknowledge that Chi-Chi, first and foremost, is probably a rapist, but
just let that man fight, and if he just let him be him, she would have less problems and complications in her life, but she didn't.
No. So Chi-Chi and Goku
wouldn't be packed. He was supposed to be the strongest one. Remember, he's sitting in a case. Vegeta eyeglasses bust up and be like over 9,000 just looking at the baby.
Over 9,000.
But because her ass is trifling, he become the laughing stock. And did y'all, speaking of that, did you see that part?
Where they were singing?
No, Team 4 Star. They short.
I haven't watched it.
Man, I love you, man.
Oh Lord, no, I haven't. I haven't watched Team 4 Star since they fucked up the Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
They just released it. It literally just came out a couple of days.
I have not given Team 4 Star support ever since the Dungeons and Dragons thing, where I can't think of his name.
Participate in none of them extra shit outside of Dragon Ball.
Well, apparently, like, a lot of it disbanded. There was money issues and payment issues, and
like
was
every YouTuber that's out there trifling.
yeah.
All
Look,
right, here we go. Yeah, Chi Chi and her
go
Dog
Goku.
Rock's husband. Now that I think about it, Goku probably more so than Chi Chi
Yeah,
because
because
literally puts everybody in danger because he wants to pick a fight.
he
Just
wants to
because
pick a
I just
fight.
want to know I'm strong. He antagonized Broly because he just want to know how far he can take it.
Right. And it's just always the fact of like there's a fucking sensu being involved somewhere. Somewhere.
It's being who? No. That's the real villain, Sydney.
The sensu beans?
No, whoever making these fucking sensu beans. Yeah.
Not Popo, but who's the cat? The cat that lives under Kami's tower. Him and Yajirobe. Because Yajirobe be showing him, oh, hey, Goku, I got these sensu beans for you. I know you might need this. Fucking Yajirobe.
Did he make them?
Huh? I don't know if they're making them, growing them. I don't know if they're like weed trees or something. But that's who they get it from. Korin, thank you. Korin and Yajirobe are the ones who show up randomly and fucking deliver a bag of approximately 7 sensu beans.
Yajirobe need to do what he does best and go fucking hide.
I'm still mad that he Usopped fucking Vegeta's tail out of nowhere. I'm still mad about that.
That's actually pretty fly. Because, of all the big stuff that you couldn't do, you thought quick on your feet was like, hey, you know what? I can get rid of the giant gorilla if I pull him, which isn't a gorilla because gorillas don't have tails. But hey, that's a topic for another day.
That is definitely a topic for another day.
We take this tail off this giant monkey. Literally, Frieza was not lying. He wasn't being there.
I still feel the itch whenever you hear Frieza just be like, these goddamn monkeys. I'll be like,
at least he knew why he said it.
Ooh, are you talking to? Oh no, okay, sorry. I just felt a little, a little bit of ancestry and itching in the back of my head. Anyway, so who do we have next?
This heifer.
Oh,
y'all can disagree. I'm more than sure y'all won't though. This next one, she a villain. Because she a villain to history in and of itself. You know her.
You hate her.
This trifling heifer. Kagome from the Inuyasha series. And I specifically said Kagome and not Kikyo, and you'll know why. All right. Yeah.
Filthy monkey.
Don't take me there.
Stop.
I've never sat in a movie theater so fucking uncomfortable in my life.
Let him know.
He say monkey one more time.
Let him know. I don't like these motherfucking monkeys.
I feel my melanin starts to itch when he says that.
Bruh.
It's like,
let him know.
Don't come off. No, it doesn't. It doesn't come. I tried. Oh, but Kagome from the Inuyasha.
She is a fucking menace.
You know why? You know why? Okay, I don't fault the poor girl for falling out the bone eater's well because her families had to protect this well for eons. And there was never no issues out of the well. It was never an issue. It just wasn't the problem. And then one day it was a problem. Y'all seen the story, and then she fucking flipped down in there and fell and got transported to, feudal Japan in the past. And she meets a whole cast of characters, including her boy toy. Now here's why I say she's a menace. Not just to Inuyasha. Now she's a menace to Inuyasha, and she's a menace to Inuyasha because when this heifer gets these subjugation beads, and y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all look at the first part of Inuyasha, he doesn't initially have these beads on his neck. Kagome gets given these subjugation beads, which allows her to basically force Inuyasha to sit, to do what to sit like a dog, like sit boy, which is what the phrase is. And the beads force him to not sit, but literally smash into the ground face first as hard as he fucking can because they're around his neck. So they're literally snatching him down. This heifer will not take them bitches off.
Aren't they still
She
on?
loves him. Yeah, she won't take them hoes off. She won't take them hoes off. In
In the
the
new
movie,
generation too.
one of my favorite movies, Affections Across Time. She said sit boy so motherfucking hard because he was resisting because of some shit that was going down. I ain't gonna spoil the movie. I love that movie. I got the movie over there. She said sit so motherfucking hard that them bitches broke. He was like, ah, shit, I'm free. At the end of the movie, when everything was said and done, she was like, I got a surprise for you. Close your eyes. And he was like, okay. She picked up every bead, fixed that bitch, and stuck it right back on his neck.
All
She is
right.
a
Can we get
CNT
a
for that.
problematic bitch in the chat? Oh
A
my
whole
gosh.
stinky box for that. How you say I love him, I look at him like my boyfriend, and I keep subjugation beads on his neck. Subjugation. Y'all know, fellas.
She's the dom.
Y'all know what subjugation means. Y'all like that word. When y'all say women, submit yourselves to your husband. Submit. That's literally do what I say. I'm gonna force you. That's what she does to him on a regular basis. Now, here's what, but as problematic as that is, y'all,
I
well,
agree. I agree with that.
her, that he ain't a villain. Let me tell you why
There's
Kagome is the villain. This is why. I'm gonna blow y'all mind, chat, because my mind got blown earlier. Onyx, you ready for this?
Here we go. I'm coming in blind.
Remember, she is supposed to be the reincarnate of Kikyo. She's supposed to be in her bloodline, like her bloodline flows through Kikyo. How that's supposed to work is she go back in time and procreate in feudal Japan? Where's she gonna come from? Where her folks gonna come from?
I feel like this is very Futurama Fry, but
I just want y'all to think about that, and y'all tell me if she ain't a villain. This heifer graduated from high school, jumped her monkey ass back in this feudal Japan hole, stayed there now, and had babies.
it's giving Futurama. Because the thing is, I always wondered.
She fuck up by doing that. How many timelines did she mess up by doing that?
My thing also was if Kikyo was dead and she just kept coming back.
To the future. Yes, Spider. They have several children together.
If they have one. If Kikyo,
Was it just the one?
they have Mora, and the twins are from Sashomaru.
Oh, okay, because I remember at the end of the manga, like she had more than one baby.
Oh, well, maybe I didn't read the manga. You got me on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my train of thought. I thought Kikyo, though, it's been so long since I've seen anything on Inuyasha. Isn't Kikyo just a ghost walking around right now?
Now, because she died.
Well, like, during the whole thing, like, when Kagome shows up and we start getting Kikyo
Yeah.
issues, she's a ghost, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So, pray tell, how is Kagome related to her? If she
But
didn't...
she's supposed to be reincarnated through the line.
But she didn't have any kids.
I said reincarnated.
Oh, reincarnated. I was like...
Yeah.
But still, though, how are you... I don't know. It's like this whole generational thing. It's just kind of like...
It's weird because if you put like this, you can't go to the past to procreate and then create your future self. How does that work, heifer? How does that work? You can't have kids that's eventually gonna give birth to yourself that has to start the loop back over again, because that's how time works.
Yeah.
That's how time works. That's why there's always this problem of making stories involving time travel. Because in the future, because you're living in the past now, in the future, there's going to have to be a buildup. Where is that buildup going to come from? Because you went back to the past and started changing stuff. You started changing stuff, namely procreate with a demon or half demon. Like, I don't understand her. I don't understand her life. She has no rhyme or reason for anything.
Yeah, no.
No one other than her own little 17-year-old selfish needs.
She literally just does what she's like the Goku of her series. She just Steve Rogers. She just does whatever she wants to do, honestly.
Yes, is it fantasy? Does it make sense? Hell no. You literally went back to the past as a future iteration of some dude's ex-dead girlfriend.
Hi, I am the reincarnation of your dead girlfriend, going back in time and living out his
And
life
you
with Peggy.
stayed there.
No
Right.
mind that Peggy got married and had other kids, but sure.
Right.
A whole menace. She's a menace
Right.
like Steve Rogers.
Thank you. You just changed time. Do you understand? Has she never seen the butterfly effect? Okay, ma'am. It's not, your history books are forever changed. That's it. Your bloodline is properly erased. Your poor brother that you left
Oh
in the
my
future,
god, her brother.
gone. Grandpa doesn't exist. The bone
That's
eater
America's ass tiny. Y'all stop in the chat.
That's America.
Cutting up.
America's ass can do what they want. That's why I say she a whole menace. Instead of just thinking, I love him, but I can't do this because I have to preserve, or I have to think of others. I have to da-da-da. No, I love him. Or even tell him, bring his happy apple out of there because it's not, I'm more than sorry he didn't, after everything was said and done, and you saved it from Naraku, you could have just went to the future.
My thing also, like, how they introduced the girls, one of them was already living in Kagome's time.
Why? How?
And the other two
lives in feudal Japan.
I don't even know. The other two were in feudal Japan, and the older twin, Sesshomaru's daughter, was living with Kagome's grandpa.
No, I like it. I hate it.
Yeah, that's why I said I couldn't really keep going. Once they brought Kikyo back again and told us she was a tree, I was just like, whatever. I'm over Inuyasha. I don't think I can actually go back in. I tried to introduce it to my kid, and I just was like, this is very problematic.
The real villain, when I think about it, you guys, is dumbass teenage hormones.
They're right there. There it is. I'm dealing with them right now.
There you go. So I scratched that. Not just Kagome, just dumbass teenage hormones.
Do we have anyone else on the list? I think that was it.
I
think we had some squints, some honorable mention.
That was the only definite. You are the villain of the story. I don't give a shit how cute you are, how adorable that little schoolgirl outfit is. No man.
Which don't get me started. Okay, so I remember one of them. So one of them I have to squint on. He's more of a liability. Is Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. This man's, as much as we like to clown that he shows up and doesn't do anything and then goes away, whether it's Crystal version or the original version that was shown to us, whether it's the manga. Thank you, Ray. Like, y'all know where I'm going with this. If something happens to him, we are going to lose our main protagonist.
Right.
She has.
Remember, her ass is hanging on by a thread.
She's hanging on by a thread. He has been kidnapped twice, brainwashed 3 times, and has died like once or twice where she had to, or she thought he was dead, and she tried to
kiss his mouth like a grown woman.
Oh my god.
Now, granted, was he brainwashed when this happened? Yes, that's beside the point.
I'm still mad. Like, which I've always thought that was very weird that your child is this attracted to you.
Yucky.
That's,
that play on little girls. Daddy, when I get older, I want to marry
Dad. Even Olivia said she was going to marry Dad. And I quickly told that child that she cannot marry her father. That's nasty.
Said, hold my beer. Hold my beer, bitch.
But so whenever Tuxedo Mask is...
Let me get this Black Moon power and I'll be back.
Right. whatever Tuxedo Mask, Mamoru or Darian, whoever you want to call him, Endymion, whenever something happens to him, she fucking tries to kill herself. Sailor Moon tries to fucking kill herself like twice, or she actually goes through with it, I think, one time where she just like takes his sword and
like, oh no, game over.
stabs herself. And I'm just like, he's such a fucking liability for her, because whatever his well-being is the state of our protagonist.
Right. Like, I don't. And again, crap, I don't have a drink for that. But dumb teenage hormones.
Right.
Because we was like, well, why isn't Sailor Moon the villain? Because she dumb teenage hormones.
So she does have a weakness. Must text Goku. Stop! Don't pull that Sailor Moon versus Goku shit in here.
It's like, oh, Sailor Moon. Because you know that's always the argument.
Well, the thing is that Sailor Moon actually can be Goku.
All you gotta do is throw out Endymion, brainwash him, have him walk off a bridge, and she gonna get.
Don't forget to suck face with him beforehand so she could feel pain.
And that part, give her, and then she'll give herself a game over.
Right, game over. That's
not even gonna rage out like most.
No,
people.
like I would be like, how? If some random bitch first and foremost brainwashes my husband.
I knew we missing long stuff it would reveal.
I hate y'all. If some random bitch first and foremost comes brainwash my husband, the first thing I'm not gonna do is kill myself. Okay.
Now Sailor Moon, she's
but
like,
Sailor Moon's like, I can't go on.
Yeah. Let this heifer tell it why. And the thing is, you think he would take some mental training?
No.
Some physical training? No. Somebody called Snape. This dude needs some acclimacy classes, so they can't just keep getting in his head.
Severus Snape. Severus
No, I can't remember the other part. Wait.
Severus Snape. I don't remember it. I hate this. Anyway, no,
it was Snape. Severus Snape. And then, for those of y'all who remember Puppet Harry Potter, shout out y'all because that's the old days of YouTube, okay?
Lord. But no,
16 years back. But you think he would take some classes, some strength training or something,
or they give him some charm from the future so he wouldn't get brainwashed. Like, here, wear this. They're trying to take me out through you.
Come on. And you said the perfect thing. Come on, Neo Queen Serenity. Now, any other time you'd have bust through to Sailor Moon and be like, here you go, Die, baby. You're going to need this. Can you do something for Darian, bitch ass?
That's your husband, technically. Shit.
Right.
That's your man.
Okay, I knew this would happen. And so I've developed this lipstick Sailor Moon.
You just
put it on your lips
and kiss him.
He is protected.
He's protected by you.
We know you want to smooch him, so just do it. And his ass won't be acceptable.
He's just that's why it makes me squint. He's squintable. He's fine lines at the bottom. Must keep alive so we actually have a story.
We keep looking, sir. Your ass is the villain because you're not even trying. You're not trying.
He's not trying.
He's not trying because you're not trying. You're not training. At least, okay, y'all say what y'all want, but to say the Scouts, at least these heifers be putting in work. He throw rolls and he did it.
So my thing is this though, because anyway, my thing is this though that just popped into my head.
I'm so done.
I'm done with these fools. Let them go. Why, when he is injured, she kills herself, but some woman takes him, but there were men who liked, Usagi. You didn't see Darian fucking kill himself then?
That penis didn't even think about giving himself a game over.
No, he was like, oh man.
Let me get the Scouts on the phone so they can get this captured heifer back. But kill myself.
Oh God, no.
You see this?
Look at me. This would be a waste.
What? All right.
It probably is. You know what? That's what I feel like. It is kind of Darian. He's at least, at the very least, a liability.
Right. If you look,
Black Buddha! What up, man? You 2 hours late, big dog. We about to go to sleep.
Come in and get in on these.
I'm out of boxed wine and everything.
Right. I was giving away empty cans of margarita. You missed the whole thing, man.
Anyway, who is the other liability? Oh, God, both of y'all are tardy, always late to the party. That's a line from something. Is that an Amos song?
Is that a
Right.
No.
Somewhat.
Oh, okay.
Now, here's a good one. Y'all get ready. Debate will ensue. The real villain of Bleach. Y'all ready?
This is the fans right now.
It's late night. It's the fans.
It's the fans right now.
Oh, well, yeah, we talked about that. But Urahara, fight me.
Urahara Kisuke is a real, and you know what? And by association, our girl hit me with the name Yachiru. Yuririchi and Kisuke Urahara are the real villains of Bleach.
If y'all had a subscribe button, I would unsubscribe right now. Why would y'all say that? Oh my God, y'all stupid. Y'all
I
don't know
can't
nothing.
believe I love Urahara. Mr. Hattenclaw, have you not seen Yuririchi with her old thunder booty?
First of all, yes, we've seen that Melanin Queen's Thunder Booty. Y'all catch up.
Thunder booty. So, since you just joined us, we've been doing the real villains of anime, and we've chalked our list up to the real villain of Naruto is Sarutobi. The real
Nope. You want to know Black Booty? Catch the video.
Oh well, I've been silenced. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I just play it.
So just to go over, the real villain of Naruto is Sarutobi. The real villain of Another is the parents. The real villain of Inuyasha is Kagome. The real villain of Fruits Basket is Shigure. And who am I missing? And a liability is for Sailor Moon is Tuxedo Mask. Cause.
Right.
Did I miss anything?
Nah, that was all of them.
And if you want to know why, you got to catch the video.
Goku from Dragon Ball.
Yes,
yeah.
Kagome. Yes, Kagome is the real villain. If you want to know why, go catch the video.
But it will be up tomorrow afternoon.
I like how Black Buddha's like, why? But you should, come on, man. Damn. It's obvious. Anyway.
But why is Urahara on this list?
Urahara Kisuke, and by association, Yuririchi, is the real villains of Bleach. Starting from fucking episode 1.
What happened?
I'm watching. The thing is, those two know everything. They know everything. The history, the way things work out, who, what, where, when, and why, how, and why I do the things they do, and this person does the things that they do. They know it all.
All of it.
And we could throw, you're right, we could throw Ichigo Daddy in there too.
I did. Urahara in particular, this is where I realized that he is a villain. If you think about his flippant attitude or his attitude about a lot of stuff in the beginning and blah, 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 and the Serete and the Gotai 13 and blah, 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 blah. And then you get down to the episodes, especially if you read them and you watched them, you get down to the episodes and then you realize that what really kicked off a lot of the BS concerning because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, chat and Onyx, the thing that was hiding in Rukia, he made that.
Mm-hmm.
He made that, what's it called? Because he created modified souls.
Yep.
And because of his work with modified souls and all the crap that he was doing, because he was trying to offset some other bullshit, started off that whole thing with that shit being inside of Rukia. Aizen's wanting to be after it because of the power. Everything was a snowball effect. Tell me how it's not him.
And the fact that...
Because it is.
He wanted to be
But he didn't
mysterious
destroy it.
also.
He didn't get rid of it. He didn't take it out of the set. He did not take it out of the. He did not. He did not. He didn't dispel it. He put it in somebody. Noblehead's daughter, adoptive daughter, and then let shit get out of hand. And then when she left, and then she got ready to be put on the gallows when shit got out of hand, and her brother thought that he had to execute her and stuff like that. He knew that's what Eisen was after. You still wasn't gonna talk. You still wasn't gonna say nothing. You still wasn't gonna
It's a
talk
whole
about.
thing of like, hey, let's let this guy do the hard work. I'm gonna just push him in the right direction.
That's what I'm saying. But you realize a lot of shit could have gotten rerouted had you just opened your damn mouth. Being exiled, yeah, but you wasn't exiled yet when everything he hit the fan.
He's giving Orochimaru vibes, who just did a lot of shit undercover.
And then think about that. Think about that knowledge now, because it's not a spoiler. You know that this is before 1,000 Years War. So you know all this information now. The came up to it, and then think about his attitude in the beginning. Really,
very too lackadaisical.
That all of this BS more or less came down to your invention, right?
Right.
And remember the creepy dude, I can't remember his damn name. Me and Bleach names don't go along.
Who?
The guy that does the science experiments, the real creepy dude with the baby.
Oh shit. Mia.
He kept harassing him about the research and the study. So he even had one up on him. Y'all not gonna say I mean he ain't.
Yeah, no, he's filthy, honestly, because I always, when he first was quote unquote training Ichigo and how he just shoved his cane in his chest when he was hollowing out, and he was like, all right, let's just take that stuff. I was like, this man's just gonna die.
Motivation, that's all.
I was like, he's lost his shit. And it's one of those times where it's like, this character knows way too much and is very early.
Exactly.
And it was very early.
And the reason why I said, yep, Yoriichi in that box too, because she is a part of knowing everything. But instead of withholding information when they got there and not want to tell the full story, y'all, they take, because I have to give the other characters some slack because they only knew bits of the story. So you can only tell but we're talking about two people. Yawach was coming anyway, so we just talking about Aizen, right? And his initial motivation. Yeah. Yes and no. Because I don't want to because I feel like that's going into spoiler territory though.
Fuck it. Spoilers. This is a spoiler wording for Bleach.
I mean, yeah, he was. And yeah, we're talking about Aizen and his initial motivations, but remember that thing, that whole thing about the modified soul still came into play much later. Well, yeah, come on.
I really want my husband to watch Bleach. Like, y'all all tell him.
Have you not seen Bleach? Oh, it's great.
It's
indeed
good. It's good.
I mean, and I would say that's fair though, T-Mail. I will say that's fair. Kind of, sort of. But even then, if you knew that because remember all the stuff that Aizen did just to get that, just so he could surpass the God, that still got pushed because of that one thing. So now, had that thing not been into play, would he have even went that far? And if he did, it wouldn't be because of no bullshit he did. That's how I'm saying it. I could be wrong. I'm open. I'm open for a healthy debate about that because I do love me some Bleach, and when I say I love me some Bleach,
I'm not mediocre about Bleach, but I'm upper mediocre excited about Bleach. I think Bleach has kind of burnt my ass too many times, so
yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't get burnt until they got to the with them full brain bull.
The what?
And then I had it's the you know, me and Bleach. As much as I like Bleach, me and the folks' name in Bleach do not.
I gotta rewatch it because I'm coming up blank, and I know it's like Mia something more.
To people as their traits, like, yeah, you know, big titty girl, but then everybody got big titties in that show.
Everyone got big titties in every anime.
Yeah, like,
What are you talking about? Every anime is full of boobies.
Oh, the girl with the red.
I know Matsumoto.
Yeah, like her, and so I can't do that. See,
I had to
no,
double check. Is it Matsumoto or Rin?
boing boings.
Fuck, boing boings.
Right.
It's boing boings. It's a
Yeah.
lot of boobies.
But that's my stance on Urahara.
Oh yeah,
I can
no.
that I'm sorry.
Best
And then
Bankai, but
by Lou, like we said, you could put Ichigo's father in there because a lot of stuff could have.
yeah, he's another one.
Okay, being a former captain, mistake number one. Now you let it out that you were a soul reaper at the end of the whole Aizen arc when you had to come out of retirement and fight. And yet you didn't explain to Ichigo his powers about being half Quincy.
Not only that, like, your child is out there. This is giving me Goku-ish
Okay.
issues. Your child is just out there in fucking Soul Society doing shit. Just out there killing hollows. Just out there almost dying several times over. Out there in Hekomundo. And you're just chilling at home. And you know this is happening.
Because it's not like, okay, because when you gave up whatever you had to give up to marry your wife, your brain didn't go with it. And then when you realized that he was displaying spiritual powers because
Like
he
his
was doing that for a
fucking
while.
daughters, too.
That's what I'm saying. Before that, you never said anything. Because I understand. You're like, oh, okay, well, if they don't bring no shit to my front door, I don't have to say nothing. Cool. I get that. But after the whole thing started picking up, after the whole Aizen arc where you had to dust yourself out of retirement, to me, the end of the secret stopped there. Why didn't you talk to your kid?
I'm sorry. I personally feel...
But the whole time, remember, up until the Thousand Years War, Ichigo still believing some random hollow just came to pick his mama off.
That's what I was about to say. Like, okay, your family literally has spiritual pressure and energy, and they can detect this stuff, and they could see it, and not just that, they could converse with it back and forth. You didn't think that there would be issues when that started showing up. Does that, like, and then your kid is over here talking about, yeah, something killed mom. It wasn't an accident. And you're like, oh, well, it was, whatever. You didn't say it, look, son. When you get older, I'll explain more, but we have a special power.
Let me talk to you about your heritage. I feel like a lot of stuff is going to go down, and I feel like you need to be prepared.
Right.
Let me sit down and start talking to you.
Or, like, you gonna sit here and tell me he didn't even know Rukia was in the house the whole time? I feel like he knew Rukia was in the house the whole time.
On top of that, when he started hanging out with the one only other Quincy, you're not going to tell me you ain't know who this...
Like, I'm sorry, they all go in his room all the time and eat fucking snacks and talk shit over. This is all, that's a staple.
It's like, okay. Let me sit down and explain. Because I want to be an ally. I need you to understand, because I feel like some stuff gonna go down. I need you to be prepared.
He can go in the trash can with the rest of them.
Like, it be your own folks, man.
It do, because isn't that like the case of just...
That's how and why is it looked at as a villain? Because so many changes to the story, or so many things could have been done a lot differently.
Oh, definitely.
These people, A, not did what they did, or B, just...
It's Saratobi all over again. We're just going to consistently hold information about every little fucking thing.
This, once again, is lack of communication.
Yeah, like, I just can't understand. It's like,
I don't understand.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of getting tired of this trope.
Since we've done this topic, it seems like it is done a lot. Remember, Saratobi ain't say shit, not talking. Shigure, I mean, I did, but I chose to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, you chose to say the wrong fucking thing.
Right, now, the father, Yoriichi, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm withholding.
And that's the thing. If you just think about any anime, you can think about Fairy Tail and how it's just a lot of information was withheld.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say shit. Why? I'm not gonna talk about
Hunter x Hunter, information withheld. Because if your daddy would have just fucking told you about the game in the first place, a lot of things would have been different. I'm still mad that he married Orihime. I said it.
Yeah.
I fucking said it. He should have fucking ended up with Rukia. I said it.
You know what it is, right? You know what it is, right?
I said
Rukia
it.
ain't got titty. She ain't got
No,
titty.
you don't put two orange hair people together. What's wrong with you?
You don't. You're just making more gingers. Ew.
I'm not
Oh,
a part of that. That's not what
Nah.
I meant by that statement.
not cool. Not cool, Onyx.
I
Not
didn't
cool.
say. I just said like when we talk. Yes, stop it. I was mostly going about how there has to be a color contrast when you have
And
like.
the I Hate It Here team, we apologize to all offended.
Oh my god, I didn't say it like that. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Ryan, come get me. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
PSA announcement. Two gingers. Don't do it.
Oh my god. T Mal says, I kind of think Aizen was plotting to overthrow the Soul King. He thought he was smart and better than everyone else, and he would have plotted to get there anyway, no matter if the Hogyoko was invented or not.
Ooh, true. I agree with you, T-Mail. But see, here's my thing, though. That's my problem with Urahara, though. You made it. You tried to hide it in the worst way possible, and you weren't forthcoming with your information because it's not like you took it with you when you got exiled, so Aizen can't get to it. Like, you didn't try to dismantle it. You didn't try to destroy it. Yeah, like, why you have to be the cause to kick everything off? Aizen could have been delayed for years or centuries trying to figure out a good way. But no, you handed it to him on a silver damn platter down there. And then you didn't even try to cover it like, oh, well, I got exiled. No, because when Rukia got thrown over to the other side, a simple conversation could have been like, hey, look, let me sit down and talk to y'all.
Communication.
Look, I did some shit in my past I ain't too proud of. But I'm tell you right now, I put something in your body that ain't supposed to be there.
I kind of need a bag.
I kind of need it.
I kind of need a bag.
The fate of the world depends on it. So if
Let me
you don't
just
mind,
let me
reach
just
around
get that
your
bag,
belly
please,
right
big
quick.
dog.
Let me
Like,
pull that
let me
boy
get that
out.
bag, yo.
Like, say something.
I that's what I said. I think that trope in anime in general, where they just withhold a lot of information, it's the same kind of with One Piece too, because we just sitting here waiting to collect information over time.
Say it. Go ahead.
What?
Say. Oh, I thought you was gonna do. I thought you was gonna do it. I thought you was gonna say Luffy, the villain.
Yo, I don't think Luffy is the villain of One Piece total, because he had nothing to do, obviously, with like the Void Century and stuff. I feel like certain circumstances would have came out a lot better if not only just Luffy would chill the fuck out a bit, but if Zoro wouldn't get lost, that would be great. Also. Like, cause Zoro gets lost, he stumbles upon some bullshit, he reacts to the bullshit, then the rest of the group is in the bullshit. They're like, hey, who's that green-haired swordsman that just sliced up that bitch? And they're like, fuck, Zoro, damn. Why you always doing shit? Why can't you just stick with the crew? And then Luffy's like, Zoro, you slicing niggas up. And yeah, Luffy wants to jump in for the bullshit too. So it's not like Goku picking fights. It's more of like, how do I put this? Kind of like if you've seen the live action where he goes, Grandpa? Instead of saying it's a Navy Admiral SEAL that's coming for your ass, he goes, Grandpa? Which causes all the chaos for the rest of the crew because they're like, holy shit, what? That's the type of stuff Luffy could have just fucking kept to himself.
However, I will commend him for being forthcoming with the information.
Yeah, like he doesn't hold anything back.
Oh no, some generals after us, and then it came out down the line to be like,
yeah,
related to that ass. You could have just said that. And he was like, oh, well, I didn't want to alarm you.
Or like how they talk about his dad, and they're like, he's like, Dad? Oh, yeah, he's my dad. The Revolutionary Army leader who has the biggest bounty ever and who is quite literally trying to currently overturn the government. That's my dad.
Yeah. I have a family full of problematic individuals.
Like, no wonder everyone is fucking out to get the whole entire crew. You're just walking bad news.
Like, lead with that, and then I won't join your crew.
Right, I don't want to join your crew now. Hell to the no.
You got too much smoke on you, big
Yeah,
dog.
man, you literally a fucking walking target, aggro galore. But that's how I feel Luffy is somewhat of a villain of his own story, for the mere fact that he's like, first and foremost, is just kind of like, oh yeah, sure, let's go and kick his ass. And you can't kick everyone's ass.
Right. I think off the top of my head, it seems a concept, but the villain of Spy Family has to be lack of trust. Because their family dynamic is quite awesome.
They should just
They can't tell each other secrets or reveal their secrets, even though I feel like knowing each other's secrets would make it a lot more stronger. But that's part of the fun of the show.
I just want them to be together forever.
Don't you go there, second son.
I love this show.
Oh my
I love
God,
it.
I love
That's all I got. That's all we got. That's all we
if
got.
anyone have any other would-be villains of animes, throw them in the chat. Because at this point, I've villainized a lot of people.
I have, including myself.
Did you see my caption today? I'm the real villain in my own life.
Particularly with that ginger comment. What's happening?
That is not me. I didn't say it. Don't bring it up. Shh.
Hey, at least we incur the wrath of the gingers.
Oh my
coming
God,
back.
stop. That's still like half my family.
What? I mean,
The red hair and stuff, yours too, right?
Oh man, I am cackling. Let's see.
You are right about that, Tiny. Michiko is definitely the villain of Michiko and Hachin. She pretty much dug her own fucking whatever.
Her own sexy grave.
Yes, her own sexy grave. Because that woman is delicious. For those who don't know, Michiko and Hachin is pretty much the creators of Cowboy Bebop, the musical producers of Cowboy Bebop, made this wonderful hidden gem that doesn't get enough credit. Pretty much this woman escapes jail and goes on a journey to find her old man, her handsome man. And this kid joins her, who we find out later, spoilers, I'm not telling you. Horrible ending. Horrible last episode. The adventure's great, though.
It is a wild ride. It really is. Shikuba, her drive makes her very selfish and not that great. I mean, facts.
Yeah, no, facts. Like, the whole entire adventure is very fun, but Michiko quite literally is chasing the D for 15 episodes. How many episodes? Like 20? I don't know. I don't have my phone. My phone died. My phone died.
New definition to the word stigmatized.
She is digmatized. And the dude is trash. You are absolutely right.
It is. But I mean, that thing must have been thing for her to been like that.
She chased after this dinky dick for 15 something episodes.
Well,
and then was still disappointed at the end.
That's y'all phrase for the rest of the
Is this show man's? Is this show dinky dick man's? It was so disappointing. You are absolutely right. Michiko is not just that. She is just a hot fucking mess in her own story.
Oh, wow. All right.
Is this
Hands up, good people. That's it. I can't do no more.
Is this show dinky? Is this show dinky dick digmatized, man?
I can't do it tonight.
My Hero, like My Hero Academia.
I tried to.
Oh,
I tried to come up with a good one out of there, but now I will tell you the one that I tell you what I wrote. I will tell you the point that I wrote as a villain out of that. Now I said that the villain is everyone who upheld this code of black or white in a moral compass, such as their society. But I didn't feel like I needed to go that deep. And the only
Yeah.
reason I didn't put them on the list is because I felt like it would have just went left. But my whole issue with my hero, which is a lot of people like, well, I understand where the villains are coming from, blah 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 blah. Blah. Yes, because that's because things aren't black and white. In their society, is you have a quirk, your best way to serve is to become a hero. And then we're going to take those groups of people and then we're going to put them on a tier list. And then everybody else, either you're just or you're the villain because you have X, Y, and Z and you're over there. And then when you start talking about the villains and their thing is, well, we just have an issue with the way society is set up. Now, granted, some of them still a little twisted. You just can't cause anarchy. That's not, society can't stand being archaic like that. You know, sometimes some people just like to see the world burn. So they got issues. But then some people made some really good points. Oh, okay, well, if you don't look like this or have this look or da 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 da, then you're not touted. And then where does that leave the rest of us? Like we're talking about, oh boy, I can't remember his name right now. And I actually don't have a problem with the names in my hero, where it's like, I want to be a hero, but his father was like, no, no, no heroes in this fucking house. Your
Oh,
grandmother,
the one with the
yeah, and she didn't have time for me. Boo fucking who. And so now
she
I'm
put.
going
Thank
to,
you.
I'm going to treat
Shamora is the real villain. That damn
right.
grandma.
Because then you're gonna treat this kid like that who has a quirk he doesn't understand, and this shit is, devastating.
Devastating. This is a
Right.
fucking
And
crazy
instead of
quirk.
having him train it in a way where he can actually use it for good, or at least try to not be as destructive, you gonna make him the worst possible person by saying, nah, no heroes in this house, fuck them and fuck your grandma, and
Fuck your
just some
grandma.
terrible people. Now he realized that I can't even touch people when I get stressed without shit crumbling to dust. And now that I have a mental problem now because you didn't beat the shit out of me for even thinking about even playing heroes because my sister set me up for the okie doke.
Yeah, man. Fuck that sister. She's a real villain.
And now I want to see the world burn. So you got stuff like that where it's instead of, and I guess that could be the villain in that out of that, because instead of
Pretty
cultivating
much.
or training people, you want to set somebody up because your own thinking is either black or white. It's this or nothing. It's this or that. And if you don't do as I say, same thing with an Endeavor. I'm going to, do marital rape to this poor lady until I get the perfect child. And because you don't act like that, all the rest of y'all is trash. I'm about to do something to this one. I'm going to do this and this one. Drove the other poor baby into instead of helping the poor child and say, okay, son, I'm going to take you with me. We're going to do this together.
Right.
He's going to set himself damn on fire in the mountains and be like, not a whole family hates you because everybody's in disarray, simply because you're saying, no, it got to be like this, No, that show took me there, and you can tell me right now.
Yeah.
It's too much. And I didn't want to have the whole show talk about the moral
compass of it.
Yeah, the moral.
It's brilliant on how it brings it to light, though. I will say that. The way My Hero Academia does bring that moral compass to light and make you as a viewer question.
RJ, yep. The real hero created a worse villain. Yep.
No, My Hero does do a good job where it does make you as the viewer question who you actually are okay with.
That Spider, but it's the way he went about it. Because remember, the kids were just the they were just a product of what he was trying to get. It's not like he had kids because he was in a loving situation. He wasn't. He only told him, yeah, you're hurting yourself, blah, 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 because you were done anyway. He didn't cultivate the kid. He didn't say stop because he was being loving. He didn't. Because if you watch that whole thing, he wasn't telling him to stop because he was being loving. He wasn't. And that's the whole reason why I got issues with Endeavor now. Because
thank you. I was told by someone in my household that, Endeavor has redeemed himself.
Not enough. Okay. I know some people be like, you can't make people pay for their mistakes their whole life. Well, you know what? In some people's eyes, you
I
are though.
don't like Endeavor's redemption, and I understand I am a Bakugao fan, and Bakugao is the fucking worst.
I know you love Bakuya's character turn if you're current, but I really like Endeavor's art for redemption.
I want y'all to understand something between Bakugao and Endeavor. Bakugao is a child
Yep.
being a little shit. Okay?
Yep.
It's like when Olivia runs around and decides to be a little shit. It's a child. It's what they do.
Yeah, doing things. Yeah.
This is a grown man that put his hands on women and children.
And don't forget, I said marital rape, okay? Marital rape.
That was said too.
He married this woman because it was told to him that her quirk and his quirk will give him the best possible outcome for what he wanted to achieve. It was not a marriage of love. It was a marriage of convenience.
Work arrangement marriage.
So that's mistake number one. Number two, you literally sold property off this woman's hips until you got what you wanted. And then when she did try to have some type of semblance of care for her children, what the fuck you do? Beat shit out of them. Shut the fuck up. Go get in your place. To the point where she was so wrecked about it that she accidentally was abusive to her own child because she could not stand to look at his face because his face looked like her abuser's face. That's fucked up, man.
No, you can't put them in the same category. You can't put Bakugao
for that your whole life. And I was so glad they put that in the anime. I thought they were gonna cut it, and they did not. Kudos to the animators.
You can't put Bakugao and Endeavor in the same thing at all. That's two different circumstances.
He got a chance to redeem it. I will give Bakugao a chance. You know how I feel about bullies, but he is a kid. That is a grown ass man.
He is literally a kid whose parents hyped his ass up, and everyone around him has hyped his ass up his whole entire life. So he has to learn. He's learning to be humble.
His age of reasoning far supersedes. Like, you an adult. Like, you know better.
Right. So no.
Broke that lady like that. You only recently start to try to make amends. Like, it didn't even kick in when you broke her brain. Like,
you threw her in the hospital because she threw hot water on your cash cow. Like, that's the reason.
Like, no, Endeavor, I couldn't put, like, my hero is I love the series.
We're gonna have to, like, break down each season because I am quite pleased. I think
taking out and that might be a good topic there, T-Mail. Like the I think that's a good topic, like the art of forgiveness and talking about comparisons.
You writing it down? Also, just put My Hero in general, because we need to do some synopsis on every season. I personally think. And I think also put down the societal views and the consequences for My Hero Academia.
So y'all can see right now, that's why I couldn't.
Endeavor is that bad of a dude.
He is.
RJ, are you kidding me?
He is, though. He is that bad of a dude. He is. And we can do a
for the mere fact that he just like gut punched a 5-year-old. Like can we start there?
Yeah.
He just and like poor oh my god.
He mentally assassinated that kid.
He mentally and emotionally assassinated that child.
It's late. So you in spoiler territory. You late night with the crew.
Right. This is after.
You realize his actions is what caused like one of the biggest villains the planet has ever known.
Like
Endeavor. His actions to his firstborn child turned his firstborn child into one of the greatest menace Japan have ever seen. It literally came from nowhere other than his father's abuse. You realize his whole MO came from his father.
He wanted the strongest family. Okay, but you don't have to be an abusive piece of shit to get it.
doesn't give you the right to repeatedly rape your wife until you get what you want.
All right, you got to get off. You don't get to be in the chat no more. This Spider said, "Calm down, everyone."
You're right, Spider. Let me drink some water.
You don't get to be in the chat no more, Ryan. Okay.
The chat is spicy.
The chat is too spicy.
Spicy like a ginger.
Stop!
That's it. I'm done.
I'm gonna have like every rare.
So sorry if any
Oh my
passive ginger is just like, oh my god, any passive redheads. I love y'all. I'm not equating the two for bad stuff, says T-Mail. He did. I'm more saying Endeavor had done more, at least to try to redeem himself, than Bacchiao did.
The wife was in on what?
The wife wasn't. She wasn't, Spider. She wasn't. It wasn't willing. It's one of those things where think about society and your duties as a wife. And if you're in a society where you have to play your role in your place, you have to look at it that I know as forward thinking as a lot of us are, you have to put yourself in certain situations and be like, why would somebody act in this particular way? Particularly since it was a arranged marriage. So there was probably other things tied up into that. You just can't do whatever you want. Like people paid a dowry for you. They did things for you. You have to hold up your end of the bargain. You're not going to tell your husband, no, you can't do this, da 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 da. It's easy.
It's not black and white. That's what we're talking about. I want to go to T Mal's question, comment. He says, I'm not equating the two for bad stuff he did. I'm more saying Endeavor had done more to at least try to redeem himself than Bakugo did. Okay, please remind yourself, Endeavor did more bad shit than Bakugo. Right. If we're going to put this on a level of anything, I don't think Bakugo went out and raped some bitches and gut punch 5-year-olds. Like Endeavor should be doing more redemption at this point for the fact that he is an adult. He has lost his family due to his actions. Correct. Bakugo is a child learning humbleness through the people around him that he is forced to be around.
Correct.
So we can't put this there, not in the same box.
For me to defend, well, not necessarily defend, but see the rationale on the end of Bakugo. Y'all know I don't like that boy. I can't stand the bully.
Okay, I'm not doing this with you, Ryan. Get out of my chat. Get out of my chat.
Yes, it's canon. I said marital rape. There is a difference. Because there are people who believe that you cannot say no. You cannot refuse your spouse, particularly your husband. So if you say no to your spouse in certain customs, you have every right to go ahead and take it.
Fact check. Okay, all right. It's insinuated, and it's what's the word? This is a fucking kids anime and manga. We cannot
Tiny says, and in a lot of arranged marriages, there is no consent. Correct.
Thank you. Implied.
It's not. Thank you. It's not consent. Thank you, because she does not have a choice. She cannot tell him, I don't feel like doing it right now. No, the agreement was we were to have children until
get this nigga off my couch. Come get this motherfucker off my couch.
This is why I didn't want to put my hero on the list.
Yeah, it's too much. Welcome to the after show.
Correct.
When you do the editing, when we start doing this, just put a slide of after show.
Spider said, I'll admit I don't like the whole gray area that much because it feels like it's a get out car. I mean, and true, which is why I said that the villain is the black and white issue here. Either this or that a lot of times in My Hero, because remember, they have this whole image with the hero society is the heroes are the good guys, not thinking that the good guys in the background raped their wife, had all these kids, sat there and abused their children, turns their children into villains, all this other shit. But
Get out of my chat. Get out of my fucking chat. We're not talking about Joe Jackson, and we're not talking about
All right, chat.
It's time. Good night.
All right, so here next week, since it's good and it's good.
I'm done with these. I have to sleep in the same bed with him.
Right. Good luck with that.
What are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
Good luck with that. Y'all,
I see you over there.
Y'all put some healing oil in the chat.
You know who the real villain is? My husband. Look at him just being a villain.
Just trolling.
Just trolling.
So here we go, y'all. Next week, we got a great show for you. We are doing our first ever fan theory for Final Fantasy VII. It's a great one. So
Yes.
we love it. Are we changing the time? Are we changing the date?
No, not yet. So volleyball starts at the end of October. I think like the 18th or some shit.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're good for the rest of this month and maybe the first 2 weeks of next month.
Well, there we go.
So Tiny said they must be in a group chat. I think they are. He is just giddily kicking his feet on the couch, just being an ass.
It's like, let me go in here and stir that shit up right quick. Like,
God.
they say, get your theories together. Y'all come in. We're gonna be talking about Final Fantasy
I'm gonna
VII.
see if we could drag Kevin in here and his elitist ass on Final
That'd
Fantasy
be
VII.
so great. We might have our quote unquote elusive editor in on writing joke at this point. we love you, Kev. But yeah, we would love to have you here to talk about the theories. We're going to talk about all the games, the new iterations, and what direction we think they're going to go with.
I'm excited. Push me to the
remake
edge.
and birth that is coming in.
Ryan!
Oh my God. I'm leaving them. I'm not talking about
I'm
that.
2 seconds from banning my own husband from the chat.
That made me sweat up under my hat, and y'all gonna make me sweat my edges.
He don't join the chat for like 20 billion shows, and when he does, he's a complete butt.
He's like, I don't always make an appearance, but when I do,
I must be known.
I throw rocks, break mirrors, and hide my hand.
You little keyboard warrior over there.
Hey, y'all already know to follow us on all the things.
All the
Our
things.
social media presence is trash, but
Hey,
keep talking anyway.
I got
Eventually-
this. Watch what's about to come out. I told you, I've been doing some self-evaluations this week.
Stop.
I had to go into monk mode to do that, though. That's why I didn't really talk to anybody.
But that's okay. The VOD, for those of y'all who came in late, we love all our haters. We don't care when you come in. The VOD will be up tomorrow afternoon on YouTube. Check it out. Pass around. Like I said, put it on as background noise while you are doing whatever the hell you're doing. I don't know what you do. I'm not judging you. We already know. We don't do that here. But yeah, follow us on all the things. You know, y'all know any other blurs who might find this mildly interesting? Tell them about us. Get those numbers up, and only reason I say that, 'cause eventually you'll be able to unlock little emotes and do all that fun shit.
All the fun stuff. But we have to get the people going.
You gotta get the people what they want.
The people
I.e.
going.
flame wars, like what's going on in the chat.
Well, I didn't tell you, good people. Y'all already know I'm old. It's right here. It's take a little bit of work, so we gotta get some sleep because that's just how it is. But you got any other topics like what T-Mail had? We write some things down, drop them in the what's it called, the community tab.
DMs, community
like that.
tab, something. Leave a text. I don't know.
We'll see.
Not you, Ryan. You're done.
No, not you. Never you.
Not you.
Not you.
Love you,
Damn.
Tiny. Y'all chanting hate, 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 hate,
We'd be haters
hate.
if we wasn't like that. All right, you guys. We love y'all.
Stay
Be easy.
devious, everyone. Have a good night.
We
Stay
should let
safe.
know.
The storm is coming.
I think not here.
No, leave.